you want? What do you need?
What is going on, everybody?
Hello.
You know, we're this many episodes deeper. You know what it is? Too high for TV, where two guys get too high and talk about a little bit too much TV.
Just a little bit.
Just a freaking little bit, guys.
49?
And, yeah.
49.
Yeah,
We are
episode 49.
almost a midlife crisis having people.
I mean, we basically are, dude.
Yeah, honestly.
Basically are.
I call it a quarter life crisis.
Quarter life crisis?
Because we're both 25.
A quarter quell crisis?
A quarter quell crisis. That's good.
I had to watch Hunger Games not too long ago, so that's just
The quarter quell?
The quarter quell. Dude, how fucked up is that? That's so fucked up.
You're going to have to refresh my memory.
So the quarter quell is basically like just every like 25 years they like celebrate the freaking like the capital.
The district,
the districts, blah, 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 everything like that. And so in Hunger Games, in the second one, the whole catch to the 75th, the 75th anniversary, though, so the third quarter quell or whatever, the whole catch is that past winners of the freaking Hunger Games got to go back into the freaking drug and play again.
Yeah, basically just an excuse to have Katniss Everdeen be in the games again, right?
Exactly. Yeah. They're just like, yeah, we're gonna fuck you guys up.
The quarter quell.
You know what? God, I hate it. You know what I need to get, dude? Garrett's been bugging me about eating his peanut brittle because I've not eaten his peanut brittle. It's in my car, and I need to go grab that.
You can munch on some peanut brittle?
Dude, straight up. I have to try it, so at least when I go to work tomorrow, he's like, you try the peanut brittle?
And
I'll be like, I have. Yeah. So keep people entertained for a bit.
Do it to it.
Yeah. Tell them about your freaking date, dude.
Tell them
about the long-ass date we've had.
Oh, God, yeah. So, your boy and I had to get up quite early today. So, we both work for a little cannabis company that likes to have meetings at 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. What I like to call the butt crack of dawn. So,
butt crack, straight up.
Yeah, man. So,
not even a little butt crack. Not even just a small butt crack.
No,
like the whole thing.
Like a plumber's crack, bro. So, we've got up at 5-ish or whatever. Fucking had to drag our asses over to work to sit around the lobby of our cozy little dispensary and talk about all the problems and hear all of the complaints that all of us have as employees of said dispensary. And sometimes they go better than I expect. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try to say that I've had like terrible meetings every single time we've done it, but this one in particular,
it was ridiculous.
Oh my God, this one was bad, man. Like, it was just a lot of people talking over each other, people complaining, a lot of like real, how like things can get like kind of feisty, like the under the surface tensions just like show up in more professional settings, and it's like you just feel the bite behind like what sounds on paper like a good intentioned, like good-hearted thing that you're saying or whatever, but you feel that undercurrent, of just like, oh, you don't like that person, and I can tell by the way you're delivering this right now.
Oh yeah,
it was feisty. There's a couple feisty ones, man.
It was a feisty one too, dude. Yeah. I can't freaking lie, but
it is what it is.
Dude, I was up early, but you know what I did? I was a good person, and I went to bed at a good time last night. I went to bed at 9 o'clock, dude, because I gotta get up early, and when I don't hit like a good like 6 or 7, like a good 6 or 7 HRSs, HRSs, bro, gotta abbreviate. When I don't get a good 6 or 7, like I can feel it, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not big on like staying out hella late. Like honestly, like the last time I can remember where I really like stayed out after work and did something was literally when you texted me after work.
Oh, when we were at Salinas?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally, that was literally freaking, what's that, the painting on top of the Sistine Chapel?
Oh, yeah.
Their fingers aren't really touching. That's the moment when they do fucking touch. Yeah. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out. And that was a great time.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, the next day,
regretting it.
I was feeling it.
Yeah, I think I just have, unfortunately, like, this is actually a running theme in my life that I have to cut out in general, which is, like, I've just gotten used to operating at, like, lesser quality of just life in general. I think, honestly, like, as everybody, like, sleep is one thing, right? Like, I'll stay up late pretty often, especially when it comes to, like, the end of my week. If it's, like, a Thursday night and I'm, like, really wanting to game or I want to watch something or whatever, it's I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I can pound a couple energy drinks tomorrow. I can get through Friday, and then I'm done, Like, that's it. I have 3 days off. which is obviously not good. Don't do this.
I respect my cardiovascular system too much.
Yeah, don't take this to heart, like, at all. This is a tale of tragedy and warning, not like, uplifting planning or anything like that. But
this is Macbeth,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but it's same shit happened to me with the asthma, bro. Fucking, I was telling this guy, I finally did have my doctor's appointment. For those of you who have been following on the podcast and hearing and whatnot,
I hope you guys have.
And basically, I got not the best news. It's not like it's bad news or anything, but
like, I felt bad. I felt really bad for this guy.
It's not something you want to hear. So like right off the bat, first of all, your boy's gonna be pretty much just all edibles, presumably for the rest of my life now.
For the foreseeable future.
Yeah, like until I can maybe get like a much, much, much better handle on where my asthma has been for the last couple years. Smoking is just not an option. But yeah, I told this guy the words from my doctor specifically were, you walk in, you do your little breathing test and whatnot, you wait for him in the room. He comes in, he goes, "Hey man, so what's going on?" And I was like,
"Yeah, that's never good."
I'm like,
"What's going on?"
You tell me, doc, like, what is going on? And he's like, "Well, your tests look terrible, like absolutely awful. The only way that this makes sense is if you were a 70-year-old man with emphysema." And now I don't exactly know what emphysema is, but I know that it sounds bad, especially when paired with a 70-year-old man. So
yeah, when you got like when you got a pH and you got a ZY in there, like it's something bad.
That's
it's
dangerous.
Something bad.
Yeah,
it's
like
something bad.
The way the American language spells, the English language spells that, it brings
I don't even know
terror in your heart.
I don't even know if there's a Y in there, but I'm just guessing.
The emphysema part is what's scary, But yeah.
Yeah, when you have those letters grouped together in a single word, it's not good.
Yeah, like just Zima.
Yeah.
Zima. See, it sounds scary, doesn't
it? That shit sounds not okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, so it wasn't the best. But, we're on a plan now. We got some new medication. We got some...
That's where they're getting you, bro, is the medication, man.
Dude, that's where it's coming out of my pocket for sure. Because, damn, new medicine is great, and it is working great. That's fantastic. It's also a little more expensive than I would like. But,
It's America. It's America for you, man.
Cool, yeah. Well, I'm just going to move to Canada. And, I just get all this shit for free.
Dude, I feel bad for all the diabetics out there. Shout out to all the diabetics. But y'all gotta pay some gnarly fucking prices for shit that keeps you alive, dude. That's fucked up.
Yeah, should be free.
Fucked up,
Hey, listen, America. Listen, American medical.
Listen, Joe Biden.
Yeah. Make America have free healthcare for the first time. I was going to try to do this something again. But...
Hey, when America wasn't colonized by people that came over from England... I gotta think that the term, like, the concept of paying for, like, someone to make sure you're healthy was, like, not a thing.
No, I think even, like, fuck the colonizers. But even after, I don't think there was, like, healthcare in play that early, Like, you could just if somebody's hurt, you fix them up, What's the problem? Like, isn't that just what we owe each other as human beings? This has been our PSA about healthcare.
That's what people would love. That's what people would love to believe.
Right? Yeah, but
I don't know.
Gotta make that dough.
I'm not a historian, so I can't tell you the exact point in time when
the
capitalism started to creep into the minds of everyone that lived here.
It's freaking Alexander Hamilton's fault, bro. I've seen the play.
That fucking play, man.
I fucking know who you are, Lin-Manuel. I know who you are, bro. You opened our eyes, man, to this motherfucker who created the tax system, basically. And
shout out to taxes. Shout out to tax season.
Shout out to tax season.
April 15th is coming up, everybody.
Woo!
Mark it on your calendars. Even though if you have like an iPhone or something with like a calendar, it's pretty much already it's already
remind you.
Yeah. But it does it remind you? Does it like go off like hey, tax season, but tax day? April 15th. You better be sitting down doing your fucking taxes.
I feel like it should, Like, if it doesn't already, that should just be something that goes on there. That
should just be a national holiday.
Tax it.
If anything's going to be a holiday, give us the day off so we can fucking pay you this money that we owe you, quote unquote.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I support that. I would vote for that.
Stay home for the real reasons, man.
That's right.
Stay home for the real shit.
Stay home so we can keep funding the capitalism going on in our country.
What's President's Day, dude? Tell me.
Turn into tax day. I don't need to celebrate. Forget about ski week, bro. Abraham Lincoln's birthday, George Washington's birthday, get it out of here.
I'll celebrate some Abe.
Some Abe?
Some good,
good old fashioned Abe.
Some good ABE.
Some ABE, bro. Yeah. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Hey man, he was probably doing some shit.
You seen that movie?
I haven't.
Oh, it's pretty dope.
Dude, out of the movies for you to say to me, have you seen that movie? Vampire Hunter is not Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is not the one.
It's a good movie. It's not. Okay,
I don't doubt it, but
it's not a good movie, but it's like it's a good bad movie.
Yeah, know? I don't doubt it, but it's just funny because I'm always the one that's like, have you seen this movie?
Yeah,
have you seen this movie?
Classic films,
and you're just like, nah.
Hey man, you fuck with Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, bro.
But it fits with who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah.
Am I surprised? Yes, but when I think about it, am I surprised? No.
I think anybody who knows me just knows that like I can just say that phrase 100 times and it would never get old to me. Just like something sounds so cool about the combination of words that is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Like, how you gonna? I don't.
There's got to be some credibility to that.
Yeah, I think so.
Or just shout out to the dude that was like, man.
Just came up with a story.
I want to know what weed you were smoking when you were sitting down and you were like, you know what, dude? What if Abraham Lincoln was a vampire hunter?
Probably some good sativa.
No, I don't know.
Nah.
Nah,
he would have been too paranoid.
Yeah, nah. Because you got to really be in the... man. You know, man? You want to be fucking hilarious? Who's the 16th president, bro? Who's on the penny? You tell me. Yeah. Who's on that $5 bill?
He's all... it's top hat guy, 7 years ago. What's his name?
Abraham.
That's
Abraham.
The guy, Lincoln. Yeah.
Come on, you believe in vampires, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
So you're telling me the president of the United States back then was not keeping the United States safe from vampires? You're gonna tell me that that's not has any credence to it at all? You're gonna tell me that right now? Tell me that's not a possibility in the world that we live in and that we know today.
100%. He's just like in that room and just like, hold on. Oh yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah.
Just like most definitely.
Yeah, the extra deleted scene from the beginning of Pineapple Express before Bill Hader's getting taken away is Abraham Lincoln was a vampire hunter.
It just happened. Some dude in that bunker in the beginning is just like, holy shit, wait a minute. And they just get a paddle, quit, start writing shit down.
Abraham Lincoln was a fucking vampire hunter.
Man.
God damn. Hell yeah. This is episode 49, dude. Almost 50. This is fucking crazy.
Halfway to 100. Some more math
dude.
for you guys.
A third of a way to 150.
That's right.
Almost. Almost.
1/4 of a way to 200. We like to keep it mathy on this bitch.
Yeah, this is a math podcast.
You guys 100%. We're slowly transitioning,
But yeah, guys, a new fucking week. Something that you need to pull out your phone. You need to pull up the freaking trailer to the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that's coming out. Let me open this door real quick because I gotta roll one up for this shit.
Smack it, bro.
But yeah, it's a Nickelodeon movie at that.
Dude, honestly, this looks very, very well produced for a Nickelodeon movie. Not that, I don't know. I guess now that I think about it, I don't really remember a whole lot of Nickelodeon movies. There's a lot of Disney Channel movies, but the Nickelodeon movies that are coming to mind for me were either good, longer episodes of good shows or just fucking whack. Remember when they tried to make the Fairly Odd Parents movie with fucking Drake Bell?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So...
we need to look up some Nickelodeon original movies.
What have you done, Nick Studios?
Is Good Burger not a Nickelodeon original? Oh, but that's just a movie from a show. Or did the movie get made before? Or did the show get...
Oh, that's a good question, actually. I'm not sure. What came out first? What came first, the chicken or the egg? This is also, I think, probably going to be pretty heavily in bed with Paramount, if I'm not mistaken. And they got their Paramount Pictures thing going and all that, so, they're doing good. I like how all the suggestions pop up on there. One of them was the Good Burger movie a good movie?
Fucking yes, it is.
Okay, what do we got?
Or all that. Starring King Thomas Cummings is based on the comedy sketch of the name on the Nickelodeon series, All That, and was produced by Nickelodeon Movies and Tolan Robbins.
It's actually a sketch first.
Yeah, so that's an original idea. That's an original.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a goated freaking.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Let's look at some more Nickelodeon original.
Nickelodeon produced films. Nickelodeon Burger Show.
Nickelodeon original movies.
I could be eating my words right here. Maybe there's gonna pop up a lot. No. I don't know. Actually, I changed my mind.
Gotta keep going, dude.
Oh, okay. Whatever that is right there, Batman vs. the Ninja Turtles sounds dope.
Is that Nickelodeon though?
That's DC. That's 2019. So
I feel like I think that's like the DCU.
That probably like just is on that list because they had to do a deal with Nickelodeon to like use the Ninja Turtles.
Probably. It doesn't kind of.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
Not any that are like. But yeah, hey guys, what about Penguins of Madagascar?
That's cool, but
because that got turned into a Nickelodeon show.
I fuck with Penguins of Madagascar, so if we got to give him a point, I'm down to give him that one.
Because that's from what movie is that?
Smile and Wave Boys in Madagascar. Yeah, there's been off from Madagascar.
Yeah, and that's Nickelodeon, isn't it?
Yeah. I think so. I think that was just a Paramount movie. Or no, I'm sorry, not Paramount. DreamWorks.
Let's see. Welcome to the movie podcast where we know nothing about movies.
Yeah, distributed by DreamWorks anyway.
Produced by DreamWorks Animation and distributed by DreamWorks. So okay.
Which again, at the time, I think that's Paramount still. So like,
we'll give them a brownie point.
Yeah, that's 2 right there.
Gosh, I need to go back and watch this. Dude.
Madagascar.
Dude, yeah. Ben Stiller, David Schwimmer, Chris Rock, obviously Sacha Baron Cohen, Jada Pinkett Smith. God damn, Bob Saget. What?
I didn't know Jada Pinkett Smith was Gloria. Not gonna lie, all this time.
Oh shit! All right, but let's throw on this.
Some Ninja Turtles.
Let's throw on this Ninja Turtles freaking trailer
extravaganza,
and we're gonna react to it here.
We had a cool minute 53 real quick. Oh, the music already too. I was like hella down with. When I heard that, I was like, nah, is that in the whole thing? Nickelodeon movies, new logo.
There we go.
I love that line.
Permanent teenager.
Yeah.
Don't let that be like a cop-out line, you know.
Permanent teenager.
Hopefully he doesn't get caught with some shit, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm a permanent teenager."
Yeah, that's not good. In today's day and age, you never know.
Yeah. See,
I
love that they're like actual like teenagers.
Dude, same. Know? Like you just hear it right away, and you see it in their mentality.
Like I feel like in other like Ninja Turtles like iterations that we've gotten, like they're the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they seem like they're like 24.
Yeah, they're like always like classic tropes of like just surfer dudes.
Yeah.
Or like whatever.
Cowabunga, man.
Dude. Yeah, whatever it is.
Dude, how about Jackie Chan being Splinter?
Hell yeah, dude.
And then Io, I don't know how to say her last name. Io Edibidi. But she was in fucking The Bear.
Oh, okay.
She was the sous chef.
Who's she playing? She's
playing April.
Oh, sick. Okay. Yeah, I think Seth Rogen's in it as either Bebop or Rocksteady. I'm not sure who. I don't know whose partner is.
I like this.
Prefer the term ooze, but yeah, it's like more like it's just it rolls off the tongue better, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, dude, it's so good. I can't wait. Yeah, crazy. Oh, John Cena. It's fucking John Cena.
Let's go over this.
So we got. I'm assuming is the Ninja Turtles up here. I don't know everybody, but let's see.
Let's actually
pull up the cast there. Damn, Paul Rudd, Seth Rogen, Post Malone, Maya Rudolph, Ice Cube. Insane. Obviously Jackie Chan.
Let's go to cast, man.
He's got a whole lot of information yet, huh?
Yeah.
Giancarlo
Esposito, yeah, he's in that shit
too.
Is
he Shredder? Please tell me he's Shredder.
I feel like I saw some.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. So Paul Rudd, Mondo Gecko, Giancarlo Esposito, Baxter Stockman, Rose Byrne, Leatherhead, Jackie Chan, Master Splinter.
Hell yeah.
Seth Rogen is Bebop, John Cena is Rocksteady, Natasha Demetrio, Wingnut, Maya Rudolph, Cynthia Utrom. I don't know who that is.
Me neither.
Io Edibiri. Io Edibiri. April O'Neil. Fire. Ice Cube. Superfly. Post Malone. Ray Fillet. Hannibal Buress. Genghis Frog.
That's good.
Here's
the Turtles.
Let's see. Yeah, here are the Ninja Turtles. Brady Noon. Raphael. Nicholas Cantu. Leonardo. Shimon Brown Jr., Michelangelo, and Micah. Abby is Donatello.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I'm fucking excited for this. Honestly, I really don't know who this younger cast is,
I
but
think that's good.
they sound really good. I love the chemistry that they're having already.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I said, I love that they're casting teenagers to play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because
Makes
again,
sense.
every time I've watched them, like I'm a big fan of the like those '90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle like movies. You know those classic
with the big
ones.
frog heads.
Yeah, with the big frog heads.
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah,
shit.
they're good.
You
They're
know?
classics, bro. 100%.
But again, they don't feel like they're like teenagers, right? They
No.
feel like they're like 23.
Definitely not. Yeah.
The other one, I love the teenager vibe.
The other one that I always
not to I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle vibe.
Yeah, I was hella down when I was a kid with the animated movie that came out when we were probably like 10 or 11. You remember that one? It's when Raphael's like a vigilante at night and shit like that.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen people like, hey, this shit's like hella good.
Yeah, if I could be wrong, I could have some rose tinted goggles on this, but if I remember correctly, then that shit was badass, dude. That was a dope ass fucking Ninja Turtles movie.
Dude, I honestly like. I think I started seeing like this shit like the other day because obviously we have a pretty big star-studded cast. Paul Rudd's like the most recent one that got added on.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, like let me see what this is about. And I saw this trailer today, and I watched it. Immediately sent it over to this guy because I was tripping out on how fucking good it looks.
It looks crazy.
The animation style, I love it. It reminds me like a little bit of like Into the Spider-Verse, but just not as cartoony, you know?
Yeah. There's like a new style. I think it's like if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong here, but I think it's just the main thing that sets it apart is it's like a lower frame rate, so the action is like not as smooth necessarily, but it looks like a comic book page come to life. Like
I love it.
It looks beautiful, dude. I love this shit.
Yeah.
I think Puss in Boots also did a similar animation style. And I'm loving it, dude. If Into the Spider-Verse has just changed that for good, then I'm down with that. I would prefer all animation to look like that. Well, not all, but stuff like this where it comes from comic book roots and everything. I'm down for that shit. It looks dope, man.
Yeah, have you not seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the Batman crossover? That movie?
No,
dude, that one's fire.
Yeah,
I really
we were just talking
that
about
one.
a little bit ago.
Yeah, I really love that one.
Yeah,
that one's really really good. I think the Joker is in that one as well. Yeah, it's just all around great story.
Do they have the Turtles dip more into the Batman world, or does Batman kind of dip more into the Turtles world?
They dip into each other's worlds a fair amount.
Okay. Because one thing I've always remembered is for all intents and purposes, I think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have been seen as like a kid's thing. Not really the case when you go back to where they come from. If I'm not mistaken, the original Ninja Turtle comic books that they actually originated in were a little bit more like adult and kind of more violent and shit like that. Like they were actually slicing motherfuckers up with their katanas and stuff like that,
I like that shit.
So that's why I think a Batman crossover is kind of dope. You can kind of do a little bit more of the deeper, darker stories. There's like a really famous Ninja Turtles comic book arc that's pretty intense but pretty dope. It's called The Last Ronin. You ever heard of that? Oh, dude.
1000%.
Dude, such a crazy concept for like a Ninja Turtle story, but it's kind of dope. Like I'd be down. I mean, maybe not in this style or whatever, but if this opens up the world for some Ninja Turtle media, bro, like damn, expand on that shit. Give us a bunch of Ninja Turtle stuff.
I think there's no way that stuff like this doesn't get expanded on, especially the world that we live in nowadays. You know,
they're gonna franchise. They're gonna cinematic universe this shit.
Like look at honestly, I don't know when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are gonna be public domain, but now we're getting popular stuff that's public domain, like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Like Batman's gonna be public domain fairly soon.
Yeah, 15 years. I think.
Like, fuck, dude.
Crazy shit.
If shit doesn't get expanded on now, it's gonna get expanded on in the future, and it's probably not gonna be it might not be as good,
That's true. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I know a lot of people are like kind of coming down on that. Was it Blood and Honey or something like that?
Seeing a lot of people don't like that shit.
I think I wouldn't mind giving that a chance.
Oh, I
still want to see it.
Yeah, I remember when the trailer came out. I was like, okay, I'm interested.
I think I could see though how like such a beloved, again, like very children's oriented story getting turned into like crazy psycho killers and whatnot. It's like hard to swallow,
Oh yeah. Shit's fucked up.
But I still want to check it out. It looks fucked up to the point where like sometimes there's like, ooh, that looks fucked up. I don't want to fuck with that. And then sometimes it's like, ooh, that looks fucked up. I kind of want to see that. Like some movies are just like that's kind of what the movies last week reminds me of. It's like certain things that are disturbing, like kind of whatever, but they're just like so well made.
Yeah,
It's like,
they're just like,
damn,
okay.
you can't help but watch
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Like, all right, I'll watch Hannibal Lecter fucking bite some guy's nose off.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's enthralling, man.
Dude, you know what other trailer you need to throw on?
Hmm?
Throw on the Air trailer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Have you seen that one?
No, I heard you talking about this, I think.
Yes. This is Ben Affleck and his return to directing. Oh my gosh, I love this shit, man.
Oh, yo, I already love the main thing.
Sales are down, our growth is down.
Jason Bateman, that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Grow the basketball business.
Holy
People
shit.
don't know what the hell a Nike is. What's a Converse? NBA All-Star shoe.
Chris
Tucker.
Yep.
About Nike.
Damn.
One
Yeah.
of the Wayans brothers.
Compelling pitch. I can tell them the one thing the other companies can't compete with. Our basketball division is terrible. I do not love it. This is where you come up with a brilliant idea that no one else can see. Let's hear it.
Inspired by true events.
I got it. I found him. Who's that? Jesus? Can't afford it. I'm willing to bet my career on one guy.
Viola Davis.
Sonny Vaccaro, I'm with Nike. Do you typically make it a habit of showing up at people's front doors unannounced? I don't like to take no for an answer. Oh man. Ask me what I do here. This is what I do. I find you players, and I feel it this time. Okay, it's risky. When you were selling sneakers out of the back of your Plymouth, that was risky. Don't change that now. For a rookie, yes, who's never set foot on an NBA court. That's the literal definition of rookie. What's the plan? We build a shoe line around just him. I need the greatest basketball shoes that's ever been made. Who's the player? Michael Jordan.
Fuck yeah, bro. Chills, dude. That's dope, honestly.
Ben Affleck, Jason Bateman, Marlon Wayans,
Chris Messina,
Chris Tucker, Viola Davis. And you know what? Fun fact about this?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan said he wanted Viola Davis to play his mother.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I believe he's the future.
That's when I knew that this movie is gonna be one of those movies.
Oh yeah.
Like seeing that the Jordan 1. Oh my gosh, bro.
You got a name for it? Air Jordan.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it'll grow on me.
Oh
good.
yeah, it will fucking grow.
April 5th. That's coming out soon.
Yeah,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
That movie's actually been ready since November, and Ben Affleck was trying to make a push to get that released before the end of the year because he saw how like, just not stacked like the Oscars like were with like movies and stuff like that. So he's like, oh, we can win some shit with this,
Yeah.
And one that makes me hyped up because I love Ben Affleck. I love a lot of the movies he's in.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched Argo recently.
Yeah.
And that's another one he's directed. Phenomenal movie.
Did he win Best Picture?
Phenomenal. Yeah, he did win Best Picture for that.
Best Script too.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah.
Phenomenal movie, bro. You need to watch that shit because Argo is basically just it's a Star Wars ripoff.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like basically the whole cover in like the movie is they need to go pick up these people that are stranded in Iran because there's a hostage crisis. The people Iran overthrew like whatever the U.S. government was doing over there.
They're stuck at the embassy, right?
Yeah, stuck at the embassy.
Yeah.
Well, there were 66 hostages that were stuck at the embassy that the Iranians caught, and then 6 of them escaped like beforehand. And they were hiding out at like a prime minister of like Canada's like house that he had over there. And so Ben Affleck's character, his Tony Mendez, he's basically like an exfil like specialist. So his job is to go into Iran in this super hot environment when it's super crazy over there. They do not like Americans. Americans do not like Iranians at that point. And it's just an insane ass movie. So he's supposed to exfil them, right? Supposed to go in there quiet and try to pick them up. And they need a cover, right? They're trying to go through all these covers. Oh, why don't we say they're teachers? No, there's no teachers there at this time. Oh, why don't we say they're like farmers or blah blah blah, something like they can't grow anything right there, or something like that. And then they're like, okay, Ben Affleck comes to, he goes home one day and he calls his son and he's talking to his son. He's like, oh, what are we watching on TV? And they sync up their TVs and they're both watching, I think it's one of the Planet of the Apes movies. One of the old school ones. I think it was like Rise of the Planet of the Apes or something like that. And as he's watching, he's seeing like the prosthetics, and he's like, it clicks in his mind. So he comes to like the government the next day. He's like, all right, we're gonna cast like a fake movie, and they're all gonna be like and they're all part of like my like production group.
Yeah, I think I have seen that movie before.
Crazy movie.
Yeah, that's definitely ringing more bells. There's like the whole montage scene of them all setting up their like covers and shit like that and all that, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, that sounds familiar.
That's a fucking great movie, dude. I need to still watch The Town because that's another movie that a lot of people like. A lot of people herald as one of his best movies as well. But yeah. This looks like it's going to be a fucking good one, man. I mean, I love basketball. I know you love basketball, too. Yeah. Fucking Michael Jordan, like, when...
Michael's the GOAT.
Michael is the fucking GOAT, dude. Yeah, I mean, you can't make an argument about it, dude.
I don't see it, honestly. You know, pull up whatever stats you want. You're never going to be better than Michael Jordan,
You can say, because LeBron is now the all-time leading scorer, there's an argument there. But
here's my question. Score as much as you want. That just means you've played a lot of games. How many championships you won?
That's true.
That's true. What I'm saying?
But okay, think about who was the scoring champ before him. I'm pretty sure it was
Kareem, right?
Kareem.
Yeah. No, I'm not to take away from his achievement, because it is pretty fucking insane that like somebody in our time now, I mean, obviously records are meant to be broken, right? But with his like, I don't want to say easy, but like Kareem had like a fucking like, what do you call it? Not anomaly. Like a monopoly, basically, on just like scoring. I feel like back in the day, you know, he could probably do anything he wanted, basically. And so, for there to be as much like talent spread out throughout the NBA now, you know, I would say things are probably a little bit more heavily competitive now than they would have been back in the day.
Oh, 100%.
It is definitely an achievement to become the leading all-time scorer. Like, without a doubt. Not saying that. But I still think Michael's the GOAT, bro.
Yeah,
I'm never going to get away from it.
I can't disagree with it. I was just trying to play devil's advocate there for a second. Because there's an argument to be made, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
When someone is literally leading the NBA, the entire NBA in history, in scoring, you know, like not even Michael Jordan broke Kareem's record, right? You know, not even Kobe beat Kareem's record. Yeah. LeBron's over both of those guys. And both of those guys, there's a strong argument that either one of those is the best because, you know, you look at Michael and you look at Kobe, rest in peace Kobe, they're spinning images of each other, you know?
Yeah,
and then,
100%.
But obviously in that argument you say, well, there wouldn't be a Kobe without Michael Jordan, you know, because where's Kobe going to learn all this stuff? But, you know.
And in turn, there probably wouldn't be a LeBron without either one of them, you know? Like, it's all legacy at the end of the day. I feel like everybody learns from each other. The game is where it's at now because of the people who came before. I will also say the game is much, 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 much different.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like, man, oh, man, you can get a call for damn near anything nowadays, you know? Which is, you know, that's up to you what kind of basketball you like to watch. But
it's in all sports now, man.
Yeah,
if you watch all sports, it's freaking ridiculous.
Just, which is, you know, to a certain degree, it's a good thing, right? Like, we don't want people getting injured, especially while they're playing a game on our behalf, right? Like, I think a lot of NBA players are playing for themselves, obviously, but to a certain extent for the fans as well.
Yeah, man, don't play for me. Don't freaking risk your body for me.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like watching basketball.
Hell yeah, I love it. Love watching you play.
But I don't need it.
Don't risk it for me.
No,
risk it for me, man. Hey, if you're hurt, it's fine.
Just take the time you need, you know?
It's fine,
recover.
Man.
But yeah,
then there's also that argument, too, because freaking Michael Jordan was not freaking gonna sit out of a game because of an ankle. Michael Jordan was not gonna sit out of a game because of fucking stuff.
Not because of a flu, bro.
Not because of a flu, man.
Hell no.
You know, and you got players nowadays, load management, all this stuff. But I understand, there's more science behind it. You know, everyone understands the human body a lot more. So,
100%.
But
it's also I think again though that's like part of what like makes him. I think to me the GOAT is it's like there's just like all these legendary stories, you know?
There's something, there's just something else about him.
It was also different, I think maybe because it's in the past, you know? Like, I think for sure kids who are growing up now, like, to be fair, I didn't watch Michael Jordan live in the NBA, obviously. My grandpa always had tapes of Bulls games. My grandpa was, like, a big fan of the Bulls, so I think he might still have just, like, a box full of recorded games. So that's where I saw everything. But, again, kids growing up now are probably going to be hailing LeBron as the GOAT.
Yeah.
When we're in our, like, 40s, 50s, whatever. And I'm sure to them that's not even going to be an argument. It's 100% that's what it was. So I think it's just eras too.
Quick sidebar, real quick. Just because, shout out to you, Garrett. You've been bugging me at work to try your peanut brittle, and I'm gonna be real. I should have tried his peanut brittle sooner. I'm just not a person that's always looking like I don't have edibles on my mind all the time. It's rarely ever that I have edibles on my mind.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. Garrett gave this to me a few weeks ago, and I still haven't eaten it.
Can munch on
But Garrett, here we are. If you're listening to this, hopefully. This is
a
me,
live reaction.
This is me trying your peanut brittle, man. I just gotta try it before I forget.
Get that crunch on the mic.
Because I will forget. Some peanut brittle ASMR. For you.
Wow.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
So that's some crunchy peanut butter.
It's infused too. He makes his own edibles.
Yeah, not just eating some peanut brittle for the fuck of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, this is fucking good, dude. This is really good.
It is, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can't taste the weed in there, but I know it's there.
Yeah, I sense it. Couple things I have tried from you, Garrett. You got the baking part of things down for sure. So kudos to you, man. Keep up the good work. You're doing a solid job, my good sir.
I salute you, man.
Yeah.
There's some good peanut brittle.
And it gets you high. Mm-hmm. What's not to love?
Stuck to my teeth a little bit, but I'm okay.
I think that's a sign of some good peanut brittle. You
1,000%.
Real quick before we move off of the little trailers and upcoming things and whatnot. So I know you have obviously watched all of Dragon Ball media.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play a lot of Dragon Ball games growing up?
Did not play a single Dragon Ball game. Okay. But I know the new game is coming out.
Oh, dude, when I saw that trailer today, I lost my fucking shit, bro. That was where I had the heaviest rivalry with my cousins, was the Budokai games. Specifically the Budokai Tenkaichi ones, bro. When they went 3D. Oh, those games are so fun, and I cannot fucking wait.
I'm ready, bro.
For a new one. You know which one you should play is Kakarot.
Kakarot? Okay.
Yeah, Kakarot is literally just all of Z in a game. A story mode game that you just get to play, yeah. Oh, dude. It's fucking epic shit, bro. It's so good. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited. We're gonna when that shit comes out, we're for sure gonna have a gaming episode where we just
sit and play it.
Yeah,
100%.
Just run some games, bro.
We're gonna have to.
Yeah,
upload that to YouTube.
Honestly, that should be a good time, man.
Yeah, let us know. Go comment on our YouTube page. Would you guys be down to see us just play some video games? If we could sit down and figure out how to record ourselves just playing video games against each other. There's duo games out there
Run some fighting games. We can run some co-op games.
Mm-hmm. What's that? It Takes Two.
Have you played I've heard of that. I have not played it, but I've heard of it.
Me and Nico played that shit.
Yeah.
So fun, bro.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of puzzles and you don't... Dude, so fucking fun.
Yeah.
I went and visited him one time and we sat down and played that. So fucking fun,
Yeah, that sounds awesome, dude.
But let us know. I know we'd be down to do it.
Yeah.
Let us know if you'd be down to watch it. Because, we're just going to do it anyway.
Yeah, most definitely.
But if we could
throw recording on them.
Exactly. For you guys' enjoyment,
add some content.
Exactly.
Yeah, add some variation and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, can't wait for that shit, though. I'm hella hyped.
Dude, yeah, I've been seeing, everything that I've seen about it is, everyone's just super fucking hyped for it. And
well, because I think it's been, I want to say, at least 15, maybe 20 years since Budokai Tenkaichi 3 came out. That was, a PS2 game, bro. I still have the disc, and you look at that poor bastard, and it's just scratched to oblivion on the back.
So what characters did you have on that game?
Oh, at that point, it was no Super yet, so you had everything from Dragon Ball to GT. Practically any character you could think of was in the roster.
So did you have, the different versions of Broly then? Or was there just one different?
Yeah.
There was, 2 versions?
So the cool thing of that game was you had characters at different points in the saga, right?
Okay.
So, you had...
you'd have, a Kid Trunks.
Yeah, and or you'd have, you'd have, Saiyan Saga Goku, right? And, he had a regular Goku moveset. And then the big thing about that game that I'm hella sad that a lot of Dragon Ball games have ditched since then is they have transformations built in. So he could go Kaioken, and that's a whole nother moveset, right?
Kaioken!
Yeah, you can fucking switch. You could go to Majin Buu Saga, and then Goku can just literally go at whatever you want. Kaioken, Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth and everything. So that's what I'm most excited about is to I feel some of the transformation coolness has been I won't say lost or anything, but you have really big ones that come every once in a while, right? Mm-hmm. Versus for a cool minute there, right after the Frieza saga, it was damn, what's the next level of Super Saiyan you can attain and shit like that, you know, and everything. So to be able to actually just cycle through those and shit, I remember was always hella fun. You'd be getting your ass beat or whatever, but you are like, man, I'm still in my base form, bro. Like I haven't even gone Super Saiyan yet. And then you like charge up really quick, do your thing, and you kind of just get back into the fight really quick. You know, feels very Dragon Ball.
Okay, so
It's
you
good
have
shit.
like, okay, but you'll have like a GT like Goku.
Yeah, who's like the kid Goku, right?
Uh-huh.
Like the one
With
in
the
the
tail.
blue gi and everything. Yep. And then when he has his transformation, he turns into like Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
That shit's
I
fire.
think he also even has like the weird looking baby Super Saiyan 3 one, you know?
Oh
The
yeah.
one he can't hold for very long and shit. Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I think Super Saiyan 4 is probably the best looking one, and that's not even like
Really?
technically like canon.
Oh, dude. Okay.
You don't like
no,
that
I
one?
do like it. I like it a lot because to be honest with you, like after I did my stint with Dragon Ball Z, like GT was like a godsend to me because I thought everything was over. Like after I had like caught up with Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid, right? So, dude, I had to like dive into the internet hard to like find.
You just got really depressed as a kid. You're like, God damn it.
Honestly,
dude.
I didn't have any more Dragon Ball, dude. Like I was drawing Goku at school and shit. Like
Damn,
drawing
that's
whatever,
fire.
and like just trying to make up my own characters and stuff. Because like all of them look exactly the same. Like
Yeah.
when you really break it down, their faces are exactly the same. They just have different hair.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But anyway, yeah. So like I would do like just internet searches for days, just trying to find websites that would stream episodes of GT.
Yeah.
And so that was like a godsend to me. I know like it's not the most popular Dragon Ball series. I like with retrospect, even there's bits that I don't like about it anymore either.
But it has character. It has its
Yeah.
character.
It was good for the time, I think. You know, like it was it definitely worked for me again in that drought, like after I realized I didn't have anything else to go off of. And, you know, I haven't watched a lot of Super, but from what I can see already, it's definitely a better continuation of the story.
I ain't have no more Dragon Ball. I thought it was a drought.
Fuck, man. It's true. I went through it, man. I was a fiend for a little while in middle school, dude.
I know, dude. I went through my searches of
Yeah.
like Super Saiyan 20 Goku.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, 100%. But yeah,
Fire, bro.
I do like the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. I will say the one thing I was always disappointed about is I feel like they skimped Vegeta in how he got to Super Saiyan 4. You know?
Why?
Because like all this time, it's always like, you know, Vegeta's like trailing Goku for sure, but he always gets there on his own. You know, like he figures out how to tap into the next transformation, the next level, like break the next barrier, whatever it is.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, you go back to GT. Goku figures it out on his own because he's fucking Goku. Whatever, he can do whatever he wants.
Fool just loves to fight.
Yeah, but Omega Shenron is like so overpowered at that point that I think Bulma literally comes up with a machine that like charges Vegeta up enough to become Super Saiyan 4, which is kind of a bummer to me. Like,
hey, man.
well, you gotta do what you gotta do to save the world. You know, I get it, but it's kind of a bummer to me because like I feel like that just pulls away from him a little bit. You know,
a good partner, bro, is supposed to uplift you and help you reach your full potential.
That's
man.
true.
So
maybe they're trying to send a different message that I was just too young to understand.
Exactly.
Yeah,
dude.
you're right. You're right.
Know? Goku's very much a lone wolf, right?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't really fuck with Chi-Chi. Like, doesn't even really know how he made Goten. You know?
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
He really doesn't. Yeah.
And Vegeta really does care about Bulma
and
fucking Trunks.
And Trunks for sure.
How many times does he get fucking pissed off? My Bulma.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, it's great, dude.
That's
one of the best lines, bro.
One of my favorite episodes in Super is because they end up having like a new baby. I forget what her I think it's Pulla or something like that.
Yeah.
And
she was in GT, right? Or maybe it was a different version, but I know Vegeta also had a daughter in GT.
Yeah. So in Super, he has a daughter, and there's an episode where everyone's like, oh my god, and Yamcha's there, right? And fucking Yamcha does something, and fucking dude, that feels a fuck, dude. But he does something to make the baby cry, and fucking Vegeta gets so mad he goes like just Super Saiyan Blue, like automatically.
That's good.
And then everyone's like, everyone's like, oh my god, Vegeta, like. What power level did you feel? Like, I didn't feel anything. Like, what? And he's just like, just gets hella pissed and goes Super Saiyan Blue a second, and then just like,
Vegeta's a good daddy.
Don't sleep on Vegeta, bro.
No, definitely not, bro. 100%. Vegeta's a good father. He's a non-traditional family man, that's for sure. But he is a good family man, I think, at the end of the day. I love some Vegeta.
He goes hard in the freaking in the Tournament of Power, 1000%.
Yeah, I gotta just start streaming that shit. Honestly,
Dude, they literally there is a video on YouTube where it's a 6 hour long video of just the Tournament of Power.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just
Like
I can do chunks of that at a time.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I got through it. You know, and it was just like, and then when I got that you need
That's the way.
Because like there's just so many fucking great moments with every fucking character, and then the ending to the Tournament of Power, fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Pretty good shit.
Oh, fire, dude. Fire.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best. It like gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Gives me goosebumps, man.
Yeah. I want to see what they are gonna do next, because like I don't read the manga or anything like that, but like the algorithm knows I like Dragon Ball, so like the reveal that happened in this week's chapter of Dragon Ball Super or whatever will like come up, and I know there's like a whole new bad guy that they're fighting. I can't remember his name, but he looks like a goat kind of.
Oh yeah.
So I want to see.
I think they're already like past that.
Oh, that's done now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because now there's like a. He's not like a Saiyan, I don't think, but it's like doesn't he have like some connection to Bardock or something back in the day or whatnot?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Something's going on, obviously, but I would like to see that come to fruition in animation because
Oh yeah, because Super is going to continue, so they're probably going to adapt that.
Yeah,
so
give it some time. I'm sure they'll get on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, then I'll have no excuse. I have to catch up to them so I can start watching live and whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To keep on this little news cycle that we're going, I totally forgot to mention this before we hopped off the air and Ben Affleck. So Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Affleck. Yeah.
I hate saying it like that because I hate saying Affleck.
But
I read an article that he has been in talks with James Gunn to possibly direct Batman: Brave and the Bold.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I think we've seen that he is a good director of movies, right? That are non-comic books movies so far, because I think they are different. But seeing as how he did such a he doesn't have a lot of movies, but that doesn't change the fact that again, for all intents and purposes, last 10 years or so until Robert Pattinson came along, he's been Batman.
Yeah.
So obviously he has love in his heart for that character. He had a script. He was going to direct what I assume would become a trilogy eventually, so I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think at the same time, too, just going off of Marvel stuff, I know that they have found a lot of success in trying to bring in newer directors. Maybe not necessarily brand new, but haven't had their chance to shine the spotlight.
Exactly.
So I would also now be opposed to that.
They haven't got their feet wet.
Yeah, I know more or less what a Ben Affleck directed movie looks like, right? Which is going to come with certain expectations for The Brave and the Bold. So if you just drop a whole new director on me that I've never seen anything of before, expectations are going to be different. Maybe not so heavy, especially considering, again, the heavy history that Ben Affleck has with the character. I think a lot of people are going to probably see what he comes up with, and he's going to be under different restrictions. And where's Deathstroke? Where's Joe Manganiello? Joe Manganiello, however he says his name.
I don't know how to say his name.
Where is Death? You know what I mean? That type of shit or whatnot. So that's the only thing I would be wary of. But in a perfect world, man, I would have just liked to see him direct his own. When he was Batman still, I would have liked to see those movies.
Yeah, I think it really depends on the kind of script that they're going to give him.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think when you watch a lot of Ben Affleck movies, especially the really good ones, out of the few that are out there, out of the few Ben Affleck movies that are out there, he really does have a good touch on the really dramatic, hard hitting movies.
Yeah.
Not to say that he can't do the more lighthearted ones, but I think his wheelhouse is definitely more of the dramatic ones.
Well, Batman lends to that anyway,
But again, it just, especially when you're doing a Batman and Robin, that this is going to be right, especially with the Damian Wayne, who, yes, he is this kind of weird, sadistic version of a little Batman.
Brooding little shit, yeah.
But there are some comedic beats in there, right?
Yeah,
that not saying he can't do, but there is a lightheartedness that comes with that,
That we just haven't probably seen as much of in whatever his filmography already has.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it really just depends on the script that they're gonna give him.
Yeah.
Honestly, if from what I see from the Air trailer, I'm really ready to go fucking see that movie.
Yeah.
If that shit's good, I'm all on board for a freaking Matt Damon, or not Matt Damon, fucking Ben Affleck.
Damon.
Bat Damon. Exactly.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think it would be cool. I think personally, I would like to see new, like, fresh takes on all these characters.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that regard, I think new directors would be cool, but obviously that comes with its own risks as well. So as far as I think Ben Affleck is a safe bet.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's going to deliver a good, like you said, dramatic, heavy storytelling, like Batman movie.
It'll sell tickets. Batman's going to sell
100%.
tickets regardless. Batman and Robin's going to sell tickets.
Yeah.
Batman, Robin, Ben Affleck directing is going to sell tickets. You know?
That's like a lot. Because the other thing too is it's like the like double-edged sword of comic book movie fandom nowadays. It's like people are so involved.
Yeah.
That like people like. You're going to have DC fans who just want to see a new Batman movie going to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have DC fans who are horribly devastated by the fact that Batfleck is no longer Batman and Henry Cavill is no longer Superman going to see that, right? Like, you're going to have all these different camps. So, like, that's the other thing, too, that I think is just a little bit dangerous about trying to hire anybody to do with what, like, you know, I guess you can call it the Snyderverse.
Uh-huh.
Is I think they would be smart to move away from that stuff as much as possible, and bringing anybody back from that time is going to bring that legacy with it, you know?
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's a double-edged sword. It could go either one of two ways, you know?
There's two edges to that shit, man.
There's three edges.
Three of them.
It's a triple-edged sword.
Goddamn, I'm just realizing I forgot to turn the BPM down on this, so it's just counting super fucking fast.
BPM super fast. Beats per
Turn me
minute.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd be down to see. I mean, Batman's gonna get me to the theater. Batman and Robin's
regardless.
for sure gonna get me to the theater because I've been wanting to see that in live action for so long.
Yeah, I'm so glad we're getting Robin, dude.
Especially with how good like the DC like animated universe has done with like the Batman and Robin and shit. Like
just the Bat family.
The Bat family, yeah. I think last night I was watching I was watching a reaction video. So I was basically watching the movie to Batman, the Bad Blood one.
Oh yeah,
the one
that's
where
a
it's
good
basically
one.
the whole Bat family. There's Batwoman, you know.
That's when he like dies in the beginning, right? Or not dies, but they think he's dead or whatever.
Yeah.
In the beginning, right? Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. That's
and then
good
Dick
one,
Grayson is Batman for a little bit.
Mhm.
He tries to do the Batman voice.
Yeah.
But then David Wayne's like, dude, what the fuck?
What are you doing?
And everyone's like, yeah, you're not fucking Batman, bro.
Yeah, it's
He's
good
like,
shit.
He's like, I'm Batman, dude. Fuck.
Well, it's such a good like.
Fuck, I'm Batman.
I am Batman. He's my dad first. Fuck you guys. Yeah, like that's what's such a like cool thing about the or not. I don't know about cool, but it's just
It's cool, man.
It's cool, man.
It's fucking cool.
Family
bro.
drama and trauma is cool, bro.
Yeah.
It's like you have all these like essentially children, right? Who are like trying to like live up to daddy's expectations and whatnot. And that's like such a hardcore thing already. That's already like grounds for a lot of good storytelling. I want to see what that looks like when daddy is the motherfucking Batman. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, what's up? I'm Batman and I'm your dad.
hey, what's up? I'm Batman. You can call me Dad Man.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
Dad Man to you.
I'm Dad Man.
Yeah.
You call me father. There's a good bit. I can't remember what it is, which animated movie it is, but Bruce is like going on a date with somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And like
yeah.
Damien calls him up really quick, and he's like, "Father, I must insist that you wear protection." Like,
Oh,
being
yeah,
like,
I think he's going out with Catwoman.
Yeah, he's being such a little shit, dude. Which is like a great dynamic, you know.
Yeah.
Like I want to see that played out on the big screen because Damien is kind of like a very mature in some ways and very immature in others.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like a really weird imbalance for what is essentially like a 10-year-old serial killer. Like kind of some crazy shit.
I mean, he basically is, bro. He's a 10-year-old fucking assassin serial killer.
Yeah,
you know?
trained to kill people from birth. Basically.
Exactly. Ra's al Ghul's my freaking grandpa, bro.
He's the heir to the throne, dude.
Sorry, dude. Like, Ra's al Ghul's my grandpa, Batman's my freaking dad.
Yep.
Like, what do you want me to do?
You know, there's a
Torn between two worlds right here.
fucking Ra's al Ghul. There's a dope people call it like a title that he gives to Batman and Batman only. If you look at Batman Medium, he always refers to him as detective.
Detective.
Right? He always calls him detective.
So he is.
None of the other Bat family ever gets that honor of being called detective. But there is one who's you know about fucking the third Robin, fucking I think it's Tim Drake. Yeah. So this motherfucker figured out Batman was Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Figured out Robin was Dick Grayson. Figured out Jason Todd was Robin and died. And fucking basically solved everything or whatever. He is the only other character in the Bat family that Ra's al Ghul ever gives the honor of calling detective.
He's crazy smart, bro.
He's
he's
crazy smart,
stupid
dude.
smart. I'm sad he doesn't get more love, bro.
Me too, because Tim Drake's pretty fucking dope, man. I liked him a lot. I think he's a slept-on Robin for sure.
Yeah, I think he's in like the later seasons of Young Justice. Like the Robin that's there is Tim Drake,
Tim, yeah. Mm-hmm.
but they don't really make it like a big point, and they don't. I feel like they don't make like his. He's definitely that Robin that's like just kind of like pushed off to the side, you know,
100%.
just because he doesn't have those, you know, he's not Dick Grayson, he's not the first one,
Mhm.
he's not freaking Jason Todd, he didn't fucking die,
Yeah.
you know, and come back to life. He's not the freaking Batman's son. He's just, you know, but he's fucking hella smart, dude.
He's the best. I think.
Doesn't he eventually go by like Red Robin or something like that?
Red Robin, yeah. I think the coolest
Red
thing
Robin.
I think the coolest thing about Tim Drake's Robin is that like all of the other Robins, even the Robin after him, Damian, right, are Batman's sidekicks.
Yeah.
Like 100%, Batman is leading that shit. He's the sidekick. I think Tim Drake Robin is the first time Batman actually has a partner in a Robin. You know, because like again, his mind is on point. He can fight. Obviously, anybody from the Bat family can just kick ass. It's part of the inducting or whatever.
Yeah. I have this application right here. One of the first boxes. The question is, can you kick ass? It's pretty simple. Yes or no.
Yeah, and if you can't, just hit yes. We'll teach you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
No, if you can't hit yes, like you, just don't go to the next question.
Please do not apply for the Bat family.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, we'll just ask you this question before we give you the application. Can you kick ass?
The application starts with Batman just like starting to wail on you, just like fight back, motherfucker.
I'll kick my ass.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Just fucking.
If you want to be part of this family.
Yeah, you gotta survive 10 minutes in the ring with me.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
dude. Oh, you know what we've been fucking meaning to do, but we haven't. And I think it's the appropriate time because the episode last night was fucking crazy. Is The Last of Us, dude. We haven't done a Last of Us check-in in a minute.
True.
But this fucking series has been going fan-fucking-tastic. I honestly think this is the best series. Like, this is the best, like, string of episodes to any show that I've watched.
Yeah.
In such a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, it's very...
There's been
rare.
no dip in quality.
No, there hasn't. Like, it's so rare that, like, each week I'm like, oh my god, this episode was fucking great.
Every
Oh my
episode's a
god,
banger,
this episode's great. Like, episode after episode after episode after episode has just been, like,
Hitting hard.
tens, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's Pedro Pascal. Like, I don't know what it is, dude. But, like, I think just the combination of Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
You also have Bella Ramsey.
Yep.
You have fucking Craig Mason.
And Neil
Druckmann.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just, like...
It's like...
That's your salt and pepper and your freaking garlic powder and your onion powder
Dude,
right there.
100%.
Like,
You're good. You got all the spices you need.
You got all the spices,
Tell
you
you
know?
what, you want to make a Last of Us concoction? You need a little bit of Neil Druckmann pepper.
Yeah.
You want to get yourself some Craig Mason salt.
Yeah, exactly.
Some Pedro Pascal garlic powder.
Yeah.
And Bella Ramsey's her own special sauce. You don't really know what she is, you know? It's too early to determine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's the onion powder.
She's
you know?
versatile.
That's the fourth
There
ingredient.
you go. Exactly.
Those are like the four main ones.
The
you know,
four
that you
main
need.
ones.
Exactly.
Dude, she killed it in this last episode. It's kind of crazy.
Fucking ridiculous,
Yeah,
dude.
it's pretty
Oh
insane.
my goodness. Like, obviously she's been killing it in every
Yeah, the
single
whole-
episode, but this was very much like her episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah, she's had other episodes that are pretty focused on her just because she is a main portion of this, right? She is the driving force to this series. And I mean, just the game in general, right?
Yeah.
Like, the whole reason you go through the game is literally
Ellie.
for
Yeah.
Ellie. But this last episode, like, literally giving her the reins to this episode and being like, here, you are going to be Joel this episode.
Yeah, pretty much, dude, yeah.
And she fucking kills it, bro.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. Yeah, like, as much as I did love the Left Behind episode, I think that was a fantastic one as well. This was really Ellie's moment to shine on her own. Because, like, even that last one was kind of like a duo episode still, you know? Like, yeah, she didn't have Joel, but she still had, oh, shit, why am I forgetting her? Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, like, the two of them playing off each other, you know? Versus, like, she's just fucking on her own in this one, bro. Like, just out there surviving. And honestly...
Kicking ass.
Kicking ass, bro. Like that.
Kicking ass and taking names, motherfucker.
It's one thing that I really, really like about this last episode is the fact that I think it was fun to watch it with Buddy, because obviously never played the game before, doesn't know a lot of the story, so there's a lot of moments where there's
She doesn't know.
there's these cliches that we get used to, right, over time. Like, spoilers for The Last of Us, Episode 8. But
Spoilers.
the whole entire time, you're seeing Ellie get further and further lost into, like, you know, David's clutches and shit like that and everything, as you slowly start to see Joel and Joel wake up more and more and become more of, like, you know, the badass Joel that we know.
Yeah.
And so I think the expectation is that Joel is going to come in, bust ass, and fucking save Ellie, right?
Exactly.
But I love that they just let her fucking get out of that shit on her own. And it is really like a double whammy, because I think I was telling you this, that like the benefit of having Last of Us Part 1 and 2 already done lets them lay seeds earlier that we get to see that'll come to fruition later, which is that, like, they say a lot in this episode, which is like Ellie has a violent heart. Like, she is a hardcore motherfucker who is not unwilling to chop your ass up with the cleaver if you fuck with her, dude. And it's
She will.
Yeah, she'll fuck you up, man. She'll break your finger just for the fuck of it, man. Like,
just to laugh.
Yeah, Ellie's a savage
call
motherfucker,
you a motherfucker.
dude. Yeah, and so to see that, like, it's simultaneously like badass to see. First of all, just like a young woman fend for herself, not to be saved by like a man, right?
Yep.
Just gets herself out of that situation.
Man. Don't need no man, motherfucker.
It's also like heartbreaking at the same time, because Ellie's like a 12, 14-year-old girl going through all this horrible shit, being forced into these scenarios that, like, yeah, she's surviving through, but she shouldn't have to. You know?
Yeah, 1,000%.
She's just a fucking kid, man. And like, to see her have to deal with all this fucking crazy shit is absolutely insane, dude. It's so good.
Yeah, everything that happened this episode felt so earned and so rewarding by the end, because, like you said, they've built up this whole series of Joel's the badass, Joel's going to come and save the day, and they are laying, like, they do paint that picture for you at the very end, like, you know, Joel fucking beats those motherfuckers up, he's on his way to save Ellie, he's fucking trucking through this freaking blizzard with the fucking hole in his stomach, and fucking Ellie's giving him penicillin, and she doesn't even know she's giving him the right way, and I hella don't think she's giving it to him the right way.
Either.
Like, I don't think that's how you.
I think it did enough of a good job, obviously, for him to get up and fuck some shit up.
Exactly.
But,
So especially me, someone who hasn't played the game. I mean, I played the game a little bit, but I have not gotten this far, so I did not. Everything since, like, honestly, episode like 2 or 3 on is very fresh to me and very new, and I've done that for a reason. I wanted to keep it that way because I was very much I've been enjoying this series so much that I was like, I don't want to spoil myself with the game because I know they're doing something special here.
Yeah,
with this,
100%,
right?
Yeah.
And so back to my point of, so this whole series, we assume Joel is the guy that's going to be, you know, going to come back, save the day, end of the episode, kills those 2 guys on the way, and you see him in different buildings within, like, the resort, right? He's found the resort, so you're like, all right, when's the time? When's the moment coming? Like, I'm sitting there like, all right, Joel, bust through that fucking door. Like, and every time, like, Ellie did something, my jaw fucking, like, dropped. Like, when she's there on the table and they're getting ready to fucking do whatever they're going to do, and she freaking tells them, like, oh, I'm infected, and then freaking she's going through that whole conversation, and then grabs the cleaver and freaking chucks it on, slices homeboy's freaking, like, throat, and I was like, like, what the fuck? I was like, fuck yeah. And fucking David, you motherfucker, cannot shoot a fucking gun. Cannot shoot a gun also. Like, there's no way, like...
That's some plot armor right there.
If you pull out your gun and this chick has not even opened the door yet, how do you not hit her, bro? I know you're caught up in the moment, but you gotta be better than that. Yeah. You know, you gotta be better.
If you didn't know already...
If you weren't a pedophile, you might have freaking, you might have...
You learned how to shoot a gun or something.
Exactly.
If you didn't know already, homeboy that does get his neck chopped, that's Troy Baker.
Yes.
Yeah, who is the original Joel. I think we're getting Ashley Johnson next episode, who's the original Ellie.
Oh,
I thought I saw her in the trailer, because it was already confirmed before the before the show came out, that both of them would be in the series.
Interesting.
Tommy has also been in the show, too, believe it or not.
Interesting.
Not Caleb we work with.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, why is Caleb calling you?
Yeah, my little stepbrother Caleb.
That's funny.
Yeah, Tommy was also in the show, too. He was, what was the...
He was the guy that got his head ripped off by
by the bloater.
Yeah, by the bloater.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, so, you know.
Gosh damn it. Yeah. Like, and then, and then at the end, when freaking Ellie, like, gets away, like when the whole building's burning down, you're like, all right, cool, come on, Joel, kick the door down, shoot this motherfucker, you know, and this dude's literally getting ready to freaking rape this little girl, and you're like, holy shit, Joel, please kick down the door and shoot this guy in the face, but Ellie's like, nah, I got this shit. I fucking got this shit, and she...
Yeah, very emotionally charged, super intense, very, very traumatic, I am sure. And I think everybody feels... I watched the little after thing or whatever, right? And
me too.
I like the way, I think it was Neil Druckmann put it, which is like, Joel didn't come in and save her physically, but he does come in and save her emotionally, right?
Yeah.
Because after a traumatic experience like that, like one of the best, or I'm not sure, but I am assuming one of the best possible things you could do is basically see your daddy after that, you know,
Yeah.
as my dad calls right now, hella random. But yeah, basically,
your dad is calling.
Is my dad is calling is to see your dad, right? And like I think if it hadn't already been like pretty solidified, the moment when he finally gets her in his arms again, and it's just, it's okay, baby girl.
Yeah,
I got you. Oh God, it brought me to tears, bro.
Oh yeah,
me fucking
1000%.
Cry, dude. I was a baby. I was balling.
I was a fucking baby back then.
I was a baby.
But yeah, and then shout out to Ellie fucking sniping that fucking deer in the beginning.
Oh yeah,
dude.
savage, dude. Yeah,
she got that shit. And I like her fucking put the guns down, motherfucker. Yeah. Like that shit was hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, this episode again, another 10 out of 10. Next week is the finale. Fucking nuts, dude. We're already at the finale. I'm interested to see how. Are you interested to see how this is gonna end? Because is this getting towards the end of the game?
Me and my dad were talking about that last week. This final episode is only 43 minutes long.
What?
Yeah, which leads me to believe that I do not think we're gonna get to the end of the game. I think that somehow they are going to make the ending of the first, which I think would work, right? Like, without spoiling anything, I think that introducing the ramifications of the ending of Last of Us Part 1 as the beginning of Last of Us Part 2, I think makes sense. Okay. In my mind. Just with the way things play out, with how everything ends up going the way it does. As disappointed as I am to not get it like that, you know, I think it would be... Because the thing that's like going to be hardest for me, right, is it's like the ending, like it's not like there's a, well, I don't know, I don't want to say too much. It's hard to not talk about the ending of The Last of Us. It's one of like the most like crazy twist ending, controversial things in a video game I've ever experienced. And so to have to basically not talk about that for like another 2 years is going to suck. Like I would like to get there so that everybody who's watching the show is on board, you know? Because there's going to be people out there, right, who, like, are trying to just experience this story through the movie, or through the show and the series and whatnot. Yeah. Who are probably just going to be like, all right, well, fuck this. I want to know how this ends. And then you watch it in the game or whatever, right? It's
probably going to be me.
Understandable. I get it. But at the same time, like, again, I would like if it could be wrapped up within the context of the series. But no, I do not think we're going to make it to the end of the game by this next episode. I don't think it's going to happen.
Because I did see a post that said the ending to the series might be like controversial for some people. Yeah. And I was just wondering that's probably the reason why, right?
I think so. I saw that post as well.
Because there's no way you can just like dramatically change like the ending to it, you know?
I don't think so. I think any changes that they have made have not actually impacted the core bare bones of what the story is at this point. You know, they've expanded on characters' backstories and side stories and whatnot, but the actual main thread of the Last of Us narrative has stayed intact, and I do think it would be pretty fucking dumb for them to just switch that up last minute. So yeah, I agree. I think that is the controversy that they're talking about, is that we're probably going to be left on a pretty fat cliffhanger. That is, the ending of the game is already a fat cliffhanger. So to be left on a cliffhanger in the series before the cliffhanger that is the end of the game is going to definitely, I think, probably get under the game fans' skin. I am interested to see how maybe this is the pacing they would have liked to have taken had they already known they were going to make Last of Us Part 1 and 2, you know what I mean? Yeah. But seeing as how the first game was just The Last of Us, it wasn't done as Part 1. They got to that point, ended up making the second game or whatnot, right? And so maybe now, again, with all of the 2020 vision that retrospect gives you.
20 vision.
You better hit me with precision.
Druckmann hit me with precision.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe the pacing will be better. You know, like I said, it makes sense to me to again introduce what happens in the end of Last of Us 1 because of how much it impacts the story of Last of Us Part 2.
Uh-huh.
The one thing I'm concerned about is like I think that there needs to be some aging up that happens for these characters.
Okay.
Not necessarily Joel, because he's already like 50, but Ellie definitely needs to not be 14, at least in my mind.
Uh-huh.
Not even 15 or 16. Like, I think she's like 18, maybe 19 in the second part.
Okay.
And so that's my only concern is, you know, like dealing with that in whatever way that they do. I know there's lots of Hollywood technology nowadays, but more often than not, we see people de-aged with technology, not like accelerated, right? And so I think that's my main thing, especially because I've seen rumors that.
She was born 2003.
So she's what? She's 20?
No, she's yeah, she'll be 20
this year.
Yeah.
Okay, but no offense to you, Bella Ramsey, but you look like you're 14.
But that's also like just like
Makeup and such.
Makeup and
Yeah.
clothes and all that stuff. Like I think it's a lot that goes into that. Like
yeah.
she doesn't seem like super young to me. Like she seems like she's like 14, like 15, like in the thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think it would be hard if she's already 20 or turning 20 this year. You know,
have her age up.
Yeah, to have her age up to like 18, 19. You know,
just give her some platforms. That's all. Make her a little taller. That's all. That's all I need. But yeah, I think, like I was saying, I'm excited to see how it works out because, again, I think it could be beneficial. I wouldn't say I'd be disappointed because I, as like a fan of just video games in general, am absolutely blown away at the fact that like we're more or less like finally at a point that I've been waiting for my entire life, which is like we can get good video game adaptations now. You know, we've had Sonic. That shit was on my fucking top 5 movies of 2022 last year.
Fuck yeah.
Super Mario Bros. Is coming out. We got this fucking Last of Us happening. The Master Chief show, Halo, sucked from what I've heard, but we're not going to talk about that one.
Did that dude take off his helmet in like the second episode or something like that?
Yeah, and he talks
That's
too.
bullshit. That's some fucking bullshit, dude.
There's a healthy balance.
That's a motherfucking.
If you can learn anything from Last of Us, for anybody who's trying to adapt a video game, there's a healthy balance of bringing in new while staying true to what's old. You know?
Just don't make him talk.
Just don't make him talk.
God damn it, dude.
Never have the chief speak.
Little fucking bastards.
But yeah, I think it could be good. I'm excited to see where it goes. I am just gonna eat up any Last of Us media that comes out. I've heard rumors that production could start as early as the end of this year. I think that still puts if that's the case, I think that still puts the actual season 2's premiere at like 2025 at the earliest, like early 2025. So we're probably gonna be waiting a cool couple of years, maybe even a few years, I think, before we get Last of Us Part 2, which I think is okay at this point now. Like I think I used to be kind of like a fiend for like no, give me shit as quickly as possible, but nowadays when I hear that something is delayed, like it kind of just makes me happy. Like yeah, I'm bummed.
Take your time.
Yeah, but exactly. You know, they get to actually craft everything a little bit like without the rush. Like it's nice that studios are not keeping people to like these hardcore deadlines anymore. That just produce like half-assed work because you don't have the time. You know, regardless of the talent on the team and whatnot.
Yeah.
So if it gets delayed, it gets delayed. I don't give a shit. If it takes 2 years, 3 years to make, cool. Like I said, I want the characters to seem a little bit older anyway.
Fuck yeah.
So
fuck yeah, motherfucker.
I'm ready to barrel into the 9th episode. I hope it doesn't absolutely destroy me like the other ones have, but at the same time, I kind of do hope it absolutely destroys me like the other ones have.
43 minutes makes me sad, though. Like, you gave me over an hour in the first 2 episodes, and you're telling me in the last episode you're not even giving me 50 minutes, man.
Well, so one thing that
You're not even giving me 50 minutes, man.
This theory...
What do you want, Disney Plus? We're on HBO Max, man. We're not on Disney Plus.
Hey, you know, this is what I'll say. Because the first episode season premiere of The Mandalorian is only 37 minutes long. And I think they use their time very wisely, though. So I don't think it's... As much as I do enjoy longer run times, I wouldn't necessarily say that is the key ingredient in making a good episode of TV. I think you can definitely utilize 40 minutes very well.
Oh yeah, and I'm probably gonna come back next week and be like, the 43 minutes, I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But me, as just like,
you just want more.
I just want more.
Yeah, of course.
And I mean, you know me, I'm just like I'm like a long movie guy.
Yeah.
I'm like a long movie guy. I'm a long show guy. I
Yeah.
love like really those big chunks that give me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really like Zack Snyder's The Justice League, like the
4 hours.
Yeah, the 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You hella don't like the 4 hours.
Yeah, I think it's a little bloated. That's all. Like the thing is, like, give me that story in 2 parts. I know that the circumstances were different, obviously, so they couldn't really go with that. But I think that would have functioned well as a Justice League Part 1 and Part 2. But under the circumstances, I think most of I would say like 3 hours of that movie is utilized well. There's probably like
I just like it all.
Yeah. It was his swan song, so I'm not gonna ding him for it. Like he was obviously gonna throw everything in there that he could, all the ideas that he wanted to flesh out and whatnot. But yeah, I saw this theory that was saying, and I did agree with it until seeing where we are now in the story, which is that the climax of The Last of Us would be better done in a shorter burst because, like, the intensity, the high stakes trauma of it is kind of, I think it would be a little bit wasted if you tried to stretch it much longer than it needs to be,
Okay.
But seeing as how it doesn't look like we're getting there in this last episode, I am interested to see what they do with these last 40 minutes.
Interesting.
Last 43 minutes, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, guys. That was our Last of Us check-in.
Yeah.
That was our news that we talked about in this episode.
We'll catch up.
Gave you a little bit of everything. But now let's move in. Now let's move into the freaking the meat and potatoes of it all.
Now let's move in to the meat and potatoes.
My boys are ready over here because we got 2, really, really, really good rap hip-hop movies.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the early ones that I watched that I was like, damn, these are really good. And damn, some rappers can really act,
Mm-hmm.
We got Get Rich or Die Tryin' and we got 8 Mile today, guys. And I think first, let's do Get Rich or Die Tryin'.
I agree,
I do really like this one, but I really like 8 Mile a lot more.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you,
Yeah, guys, if you've never watched Get Rich or Die Tryin', this is basically like a...
is this what actually happened with 50 Cent? Is this like pretty true to real life? Everything that went down?
Yeah, some dramatized parts,
sure,
but he for sure got shot 9 times.
Oh yeah, that part yeah.
Yeah.
But like just the general history, it's more or less a biopic, right? Just like dramatized and whatnot.
Yeah, it's in the same vein as 8 Mile.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. Yeah.
And it's basically a story about how he grew up as a kid and got not stuck, but like caught up in just gang stuff, like selling drugs, all that freaking crazy shit that goes on, and in some areas of the world, some people aren't lucky enough to escape things like that.
Yeah.
And in his case in the movie, it's sort of like just something that he sees as a way to obviously get money and just feel a little bit more secure because of his situation.
Yeah.
Obviously, what happens with his mom and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a freaking insane movie, guys. It's pretty much how 50 Cent comes up. Goes to jail, becomes a rapper after that. Mm-hmm. Pretty nuts shit.
Very dramatic for sure. Very heavily dramatic. I think coming off of 8 Mile, it was. I wish I watched them in reverse order. I think because I think not to get into it too much. We'll talk about it more later, obviously. But I think 8 Mile is more focused on the artist.
Yeah.
Versus Get Rich or Die Trying is kind of more on who he was before he became 50 Cent. The very ending of the movie is him kind of getting into that. The music doesn't really get in. I mean, you hear hints of it, obviously, but it doesn't really get introduced into the story until maybe it lasts 30, 40 minutes or so of the film. Up until that point, it's a lot of just heavy fucked up family type shit. Quote unquote family of how fucking shit just ends up on the street, like you said, selling drugs and shit like that, trying to escape that life, how hard it is to get out of that shit. What happens to your mentality when you start focusing on other things like family? He has a kid at some point in the movie. I think that obviously is a big changing point for him and everything. Which one came out first? Was it 8 Mile? Or
8 Mile.
This? Okay.
8 Mile.
Because what's funny is it is a different type of movie, I would say, but I see a lot of inspiration taken from 8 Mile still. And one thing that I I won't say I disliked, but like it caught me off guard for sure. Was like the narration.
Oh yeah,
right? Like the whole movie starts and it's like this really intense like opening scene of him and like his crew like going to do a robbery of like the Colombians and shit, right? And like shit goes sideways or whatever. You see him out on the street in front of his grandma's house, like the infamous story when he got shot 9 times and the gun's to his head, and they kind of do like a Bob O'Reilly moment, you know, where they're like, "How did we get to this point?" It's like
exactly.
and they like rewind backwards and shit and everything, which like definitely caught me off guard. You know, I was like, "Oh damn, we're getting right into this. Like we're gonna get going off the bat with like him recovering, blah blah blah, this and that," and then it kind of cuts back to when he's a kid and all that stuff.
I really like that honestly because I mean I've listened to a good portion of his audiobook, so it like listening to that and then coming back and watching this, it really reminds me of the audiobook and what he talks about, sort of, because he's really breaking down like his decisions, right? Like
Yeah.
I made this decision because blah blah blah. I started selling drugs because like, hey, like I saw a family and I saw a way out that maybe I didn't have like at home, right? He comes from a home where he's living with his grandparents, but his grandparents also have a bunch of kids.
Yeah, it's like 9 or 10 people in the house,
Exactly.
like 9 or 10 kids in the house. Yeah.
Exactly. So he doesn't even feel like at home there. So he finds people that knew his mom, because his mom was a drug dealer. So yeah,
Katrina.
it's it's a situation in which kids can get trapped, in lifestyles like that when there's really no other way, or they see that they don't see any other ways out, and they think that's like the best way, right? All he knows, like, and he explains it, right? Like, his mom obviously did well enough to where she was always able to get him like new shoes, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. And then when his mom dies and he has to live with his grandparents, it's just all hand me downs. And he's like, "Fuck,
hand me down Converse and shit."
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck, my mom was a drug dealer, and I was able to get all this nice shit. Okay, I'm gonna just be a drug dealer so I can get this fucking money, right?"
Yeah.
But he doesn't know everything that comes with that lifestyle, and that's what he starts to learn later on. Gets caught up with the wrong people, gets thrown in jail for shit, and meets the right people in jail.
Yeah.
Funny enough, he meets freaking Bama.
Yeah, Bama. Yeah.
Dude, that shit was funny to me because the fact that they have just a naked fight scene in
it's hilarious, bro.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it's great. Honestly, like super raw too. Like no pun intended, but like.
God damn it.
No, but like seriously though, like 100%, right? Like I think a lot of like people might not be willing to go there to show. I mean, like obviously neither of us know anything about what like a real prison fight looks like necessarily. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of prison fights are dramatized in like a really big like machismo way of like they like push each other in the yard and shit, and then shit starts to escalate. Like this is probably just real shit of like, nah, some naked dude showering next to you is about to try to shank your ass right now. You just gotta fucking survive.
Yeah, this
bro.
shit can go down anywhere, and you're gonna be slipping and sliding.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That shit was funny, and then just them meeting each other, just handcuffed on the ground, just butt ass naked, and just being like, "Hey, why'd you do that back there?" He's like, "Huh, I don't know. Like, you look like you needed help." Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I like when he's like, so, and he calls it Bama. He's like, "So you're from Alabama?" He's like, "Nah, from North Carolina." Yeah. Why do they call you Bama? I just don't want people calling me Lina.
Yeah, that's good shit.
That shit was hilarious, bro.
I thought that was a good, like, I don't know if it hit you this way the first time you watched it, or even if it was something that you noticed this time or whatnot. But for me, I think the initial beginning of the movie kind of sets up Bama as like not necessarily an antagonist, but like somebody who causes chaos.
Yeah, exactly.
In Marcus's life, right?
In a way, he kind of does, but
he does. Yeah.
You don't think it's from like good nature,
No, and like when you come to see him in the real time story and whatnot, granted that moment is still crazy, and I think almost honestly a little weird to me.
What?
Like seeing how he is after you catch up with him in real time, I think it's a little bit of a crazy jump. That all of a sudden he's like off the rails, crazy motherfucker. Like I'm gonna do what I want. I'm going off this shit and everything. Like there seemed to me to be when you watch it in the beginning, it seemed like there was a lot more history of him doing that type of thing. Yeah. Versus like that in the context of the movie when you actually get there, that's pretty much like the first time they go out and rob somebody, and he already like flies off the handle, So that's one part where I think it fell apart for me a little bit, but not enough to take away from I think how it's like how their relationship ends up playing out because. When the movie started, Terrence Howard is good at playing like the crazy, off the wall, chaotic, like almost unlikable dude. You know, like you almost love to hate him sometimes in movies.
Exactly.
So I thought it was gonna be another one of those roles for him, where by the end he is still that crazy, chaotic motherfucker, but I think he's a little more lovable by the end of the movie. You know, he really is looking out for Marcus, and so that was a good, like, not a twist, I guess you could say. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but
yeah, I would say it's a twist because exactly, you think that like, oh, this motherfucker, he's just gonna be causing shit all the time, like. But then when you get and watch him, like, yeah, he's got like 50 cents. He's got Marcus's back, I should say. He's always got his back. He's always got like his best interest. You know, looking out for his best interest. Like when they're in jail and Marcus is making all this music and stuff. Young Caesar, I should say. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you said it because honestly, I couldn't remember, and I was gonna say Little Caesar, but that's the pizza.
Hey, Little Caesar's is fire too.
Little Caesar's, right?
But when they're in jail and he's like, "Hey, man, like, you know, you should really do this shit. Like, look at all these people that are fucking with the music. You know, it's these people that are sitting here. It's this fucking white prison guard that, you know,
everybody's getting down.
Everybody's getting down." And he's like, "Hey, like, let me know when you need like a manager." Compared to like, you know, when you meet Justice, who you think is going to be a good guy, right?
Yeah.
Because freaking
man, fuck Justice. Bro.
Yeah, fuck Justice. That fucking guy. But when I forget what 50 Cent does or what Marcus does in the beginning of the movie, but basically. Justice is just chilling there on the fucking side of the road.
Yeah.
And Marcus walks by and he's like, "Hey, man, just let me know if you ever needed me to do anything for you."
He's like, "I'll do whatever for you." Yeah,
exactly.
I think one of his homies vouches for him too, right? Like,
yeah, he's like,
"Oh yeah, Carl or whatever."
It's I think it's is it Antoine?
Oh, maybe, yeah. One of them is like, like he's cool, like whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he turns out to be a fuck, and that's literally after. Like obviously you see. You know, he starts to have this weird relationship with LeVar and stuff like that, and then with Majestic and freaking all that shit.
Yeah.
And so you're like, what's up with this fucking, you know, what's up with this dude, you know?
So something that I thought I was getting as like subtext or whatever, LeVar is Marcus's dad, right?
I think so.
Right. I don't know if that's confirmed or not from, you know, Get Rich or Die Trying theories on Reddit or whatnot, but
that's what I was getting to, like, because they have the whole conversation of how who was it, Charlene?
Yeah.
No, not Charlene, not Charlene. Katrina.
Yeah,
Katrina was Majestic's girl.
Yeah.
But she had some shit going on with LeVar.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's and I think it also just like makes sense like personality wise how LeVar and Marcus are, like they seem very just like. They seem very similar, you know. Yeah. Majestic is very more like out there, wants everyone to see what he's doing, blah 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 blah, and shit like that. Whereas Marcus is like, you know, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do my work, and you know, it is what it is.
One thing that kind of cracked me up, dude, is it's like not that I couldn't take him seriously as like, you know, like head honcho, like running the game type of like behind the scenes dude or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of fucking hilarious to me anytime LeVar talks. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Because I gotta tell you something, and y'all gotta listen to me. It's like I can't hear you. What are you talking about?
See,
it cracks me up a little bit.
To me, that makes it even more credible. The fact that he's talking like that, and he's this just like slow. Listening. He's this slower old, like the slow old guy, you know, and everyone just doesn't fuck with him, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody fucks with him.
Yeah, it's LeVar, dude.
They gotta get Junebug.
Junebug.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. But dude, this was this movie takes a pretty nuts turn, especially like at the end when, you know, 50 Cent or when Marcus has like all that beef with like the other rapper. I forget what his fucking
oh yeah.
It's gonna be right here somewhere.
Fuck, I forgot his name.
Gosh darn it. Why is it not like at the top? Because he's a pretty like prominent character like in the movie. They even got Uncle Deuce and Uncle Roy.
Can't remember his fucking name.
It's something fucking, I don't know. God damn, is he?
It's a rapper name. He doesn't have like, it's not just like a dude's name.
Oh gosh.
Wow, he's really not on there.
That fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah, let me see. I'm just gonna look up. I'm just gonna ask Google the question directly.
Does he just like does he just not get money from this movie anymore, dude?
Maybe.
That fucking sucks. Huh. They even got to
Dangerous.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I even saying about that fucking guy?
I don't know.
I spent too long.
Oh,
trying
how
to
like
look for
he's
him.
the rival. He starts to have a rivalry with him.
Oh
or
yeah, they
whatever.
start to have all that beef,
Yeah.
and then it gets pretty crazy. I like how like the fight at the end is like this weird little fight, and how Marcus is like, yeah, can we get some privacy?
Yeah.
And like everyone's just like, yeah, and like just steps back.
Nobody
but
goes anywhere.
Yeah, just everyone stays in the room, and I
Yeah.
was just like, okay, this is the fucking privacy you guys want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the fact that Bama just freaking kills him.
Yeah, pops him real quick. Doesn't give a fuck.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
Honestly, that was, I'm not gonna lie, that was, to me, pretty satisfying, you know? Because I think, like, Majestic kind of wants this big, like, showdown. Like, this is what we've been leading to all these years. Like, it's you and me. Like, either fucking I love you, man, or I'm gonna fucking kill you right now if you try to go out there and diss me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of, like, satisfying to me that he just basically gets killed off screen. That, like, he doesn't even get the satisfaction of, like, this big, like, quote unquote honorable death or anything, you know? Man. He's like trying to charge him. He's just like, bro. Boom, you're done. Bye.
Yeah.
Like I think it's fitting, you know.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, another thing that I just thought about: why Justice seems like more of like a good character in the beginning is because when they're all kicking it at freaking Marcus's like apartment or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And that chick is trying to like smoke meth.
Yeah, he's like,
what the fuck?
Shit. Yeah.
He's like, you don't do that shit. Yeah. This is Marcus's pad.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You want to respect Marcus? Yeah.
And you're like, okay, yeah, I fuck with that, dude. Like, if someone was trying to smoke meth in my house, like, I don't want one of my friends to get kind of crazy and be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing smoking meth here? Yeah. Like, get the fuck out of here. We sell it. We don't smoke it. Like, I was like, hey. But then, you know, he starts to smoke meth and shit like that once all the stuff with jail starts going down.
Yeah.
Dude, the part that was hard for me to watch was when fucking Marcus is just freaking etching all the stuff on the walls with the freaking razor.
Yeah.
Dude, that sound was just...
gotcha. I got chills just thinking about it right now, honestly.
Did not like that shit.
Honestly, the part that was hardest for me, bro, was... I will say, I think... again, we'll talk about it in depth more later, but I think Eminem is a much better actor than 50 Cent is. He does a pretty good job. I don't think he's, like, terrible in the movie, but he's just a little flat to me, you know? He's, like, pretty much the same the entire movie.
It's 50 Cent.
Yeah. But the one time that I thought was good is, like, the sequence between him and Charlene at the end, right? When, like, after he, like, recovers or whatever and he's back in his house and whatnot, he, like, keeps doping himself up with, like, whatever painkillers, like, that he's got and whatnot, like, and there's, like, that moment where she just, like, basically, like, tells him straight up. She's like, is this it, bro? Like, you giving up? Like, are we done? Is this as far as we're going to go? Like, do you not want any more out of life anymore and whatnot? And, like, I don't know if 50 Cent actually cried or if they just, like, put some classic crying tears in his eyes. Either way, it's, like, the sameness works for me at that point. That's, like, the one part that it does work for me because you see that, like, even in, like, a vulnerable moment, like, he's still not willing to, like, show that shit or, like, compromise or, like, open up his feelings, like, that heavy and whatnot, you know? Like, he's so, like, fucked up from everything that's happened in his life that he's always just, like, right here, you know? And so, like, to see, like, him try to have a moment of, like, letting go like that and everything is, like, I think that was pretty good.
I thought it was a trip that he wanted to take, that he just took the wire out from his fucking teeth. Like,
I know, savage
just
shit.
Did not go to the orthodontist or
like,
the doctor.
Just pick it out with some pliers.
He's
dude.
like, yeah, you know what? You're right, babe. Like, I've just been a fucking pussy, you know. I just got fucking shot 9 times, you know, and you know,
honestly, my
jaw's just fucking, you know, my jaw's just shattered. Like, what do you want me to fucking do?
There was a minute there where, like, I was like, yo, is she really about to leave? I was like, damn, that's fucking cold, bro. Like, homie got shot 9 times. God damn, you trying to tell him you're weak. You look weak. I was like, dude.
What? You could have got shot 10 times.
I know. I was like, damn, man. But then, you know, she apologizes. And they both, like, start lifting each other up again after that. So it works out. But for a minute, I was about to be like, that's fucking cold, bro. That's fucked up shit.
You want your son to grow up with the father that's a fucking loser?
Dude, I was like, he's really, like, he got shot, like, probably, like, maybe less than a month ago. Like, maybe now's not the time to be railing in that hard and whatnot.
Yeah, this dude has to drink fucking Pediasure, like, all fucking day. You know, he can't even talk, and you're trying to have this yelling conversation with him. Yeah. Like, I get, like, but I think, like, when you look at it, it might just be from, like, maybe he just needed that. He just needed a little motivation out there, you know?
Yeah, it's to push the god him over
the wall. The little kickstart, and he's like, you know what? You're right. I know my fucking leg's broken, but I'm just gonna go run up and down this fucking beach after this. You know,
go,
like let's do it. Like fuck it.
You know what popped into my head? like, I know it's completely different, or whatever, but I just couldn't help it. Was that moment where he is doing that? The theme music that started playing in my head was "To the wire, to the baby, to the wall." I chance to be with you.
Yeah, that's hella
It
funny.
just popped into my head. I was like, haha. I know that wasn't on purpose, but
Right down to the wire. Dude, I like how his homie Antoine's his fucking producer, like just in the fucking
in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Good shit.
And
Yeah.
dude, yeah, that shit was fucking fire.
Yeah, Antoine and Carl are real homies, bro. They stick with him through everything.
You like how Carl was in the fucking in 8 Mile?
That's what I was about to say, bro. I looked it up because I saw him on here, and I was like, I knew I fucking recognized him from earlier. I gotta see if it's the same actor. Yeah, I thought that was funny. We always find some little through line between the two movies.
There always is, man.
Yeah.
That's funny. I thought of that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, Get Rich or Die Tryin'. Go check that shit out. It's a good ass movie. You know, if you want, just like just you're sitting down, you got nothing to watch. I would definitely watch this movie. Give it a try, especially if you like 50 Cent. You know,
Yeah.
and you like hip hop, anything like that. You know,
That's one thing I will say. I wish I knew more 50 Cent music. Because, like, I feel like some moments would have hit a lot harder.
Dude, Get Rich or Die Tryin' is a fucking crazy album. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like, you need to listen to that shit.
Yeah, I feel like going into the movie knowing it, like already being a fan of his music, definitely like adds another layer to it, you know? Because the other thing too is it's like, if I'm not mistaken, his songs are playing throughout the movie, right?
Yes.
Like it's him the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's also cool too, to just like
you've never actually heard the "If I Was Your Best Friend"?
I do know that song. Yeah. But it's like the majority of the music though I didn't recognize. Like most of it was getting played.
I can't remember if they, because I watched this like in the middle of the week. I can't remember if they have the many men. Many men wish death upon me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't shoot for the sky no more.
Look up the Get Rich or Die Tryin' soundtrack.
Dude, yeah, I do, huh?
You don't have it all on there.
Die Tryin' soundtrack.
I will say, I don't know exactly where you would have cut it for time, but I feel like it was a little long. Like
a couple hours.
8 miles a cool 140 or something like that. I think this could have been right around there too. You know, but I think it's like a 2 hours.
I mean, yeah, the Get Rich or Die Tryin' album has to be the fucking just the whole
album for the I was gonna say show for the movie, right?
But I think there's Window Shopper. That's a fucking good ass song.
Oh yeah, that was
Party. I don't know if
When It Rains It Pours. I remember that. Isn't that the one they're singing in the prison?
Yeah. Best friend. Yeah. What if? Don't you know how things change? You sure when death becomes you? I'll whip your head, boy. That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
With the back of your head, I whip your head, boy. Mm-hmm. No, but he also does have songs with like you see like Lloyd Banks and all those people, Young Buck. Like he has the
collapse and shit.
Well, he has the group G Unit.
Okay.
Yeah. So G Unit. Hell yeah, but yeah, Get Rich or Die Tryin', go check that out. Go listen to the fucking album. If you have not listened to the album Get Rich or Die Tryin', listen to that shit. That's a classic rap album, 1000%. Like, and that was his like first album too.
Crazy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So fucking good. I need to look at the
that part was cool, like to see, because I think like that was one thing that was dope is just to see like the old school way of like quote unquote making it or whatever, or just trying to make a name for yourself. You know, like he's literally just in like whatever they can find with whatever studio equipment they have. They're not like contracted for a studio or anything, pressing their own CDs and shit, putting up fucking flyers on people's windows and stuff. Like that was hella cool. I did like seeing that because that's just like. Reminds me of like old school 90s 2000s stories that you used to hear, like check out my demo, man, or whatever shit, like like
hell yeah
type of shit, as opposed to like now it's like fucking obviously the music industry is a lot different, like so to see that old school, like just when I saw the CDs being pressed, man, I was like, oh, it's fucking dope, bro. Like I remember fucking burning CDs and shit like that back in the day and whatnot.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, if there's an album that I would recommend you to like just listen to,
that's the one.
In my like, here's your hip hop homework to like,
hip hop homework.
Yeah, Get Rich or Die Tryin'.
Triple H, bro.
Shit. Yeah, this came out in I think 2000.
I think I saw 2003. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, recorded 2002, released 2003.
Yeah, so turning 20 this year. Oh, it's already 20 years. Like 20 years already passed. Yeah, but yeah, so many fucking good songs. 21 Questions, Patiently Waiting, Many Men, PIMP, In the Club, obviously. Mm-hmm. If I Can't, yeah. What Up Gangsta? Yeah, these are all fucking so good.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, like the look he has at the end is like pretty iconic, right?
Yeah.
So like even I recognized that, and that was cool. That felt like first, I'm gonna seem like a lame ass motherfucker here for always going back to it or whatever, but that felt like watching a superhero in their costume for the first time.
1000%,
like see him in the iconic look and shit.
Well, because that's the moment when like symbolically, right, in the movie when he like
he
closes his door and walks away from everything that happened with Majestic, and then that's him like closing the door on that lifestyle and being like, okay, I'm gonna be a rapper.
My question was he actually Young Caesar at some point, or is that just like a name for the movie that is meant like that?
I think that's a name for the movie.
So like when all that happened or whatever, he was probably going out there as 50 Cent and everything, right?
Oh yeah,
cool,
1,000%.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe he just had like a different name at first, and then he like switched it or whatnot. But that's kind of what I figured was just a movie thing.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't make it exactly about him. Is his name actually Marcus?
No.
No, okay, yeah. So yeah, it's like a character then, I think obviously it does mirror his life and whatnot, but
Curtis Jackson.
Okay, yeah.
But what else was I gonna I forgot what I was gonna say about this shit.
Rating?
Rating?
Yeah. Actually, really quick, so rating before you watched it, and then because I assume it's been a while since you've seen the movie, right?
Uh-huh.
And then rating now that you've seen it again after we do all this, reviewing, breaking down, whatnot.
Okay. I would say when I'd watched it before, when I was like a little younger, because it's definitely been like a few years since I've watched this one. I probably would have given it like a 9.5 or something like that. Because in my mind I was like, not that this movie's not good, but like I think now I would probably say it's like a. It's like a 8.1 for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's still like a really good movie, but like just for me, just because I'm a big hip hop head, I really love like 50 Cent, and like he's not the best actor, but I think he does like really good in comparison to like a lot of other actors, and you can tell that he just like gives a shit, Like I don't think you go out making a movie if you don't like give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I think just for me also, like 50 Cent is just like a mastermind in just like business, and I think just one of the most successful just like rappers to do things
around now,
well, just like rappers to do things outside of just rap.
Yeah.
Like he had his rap career, and like for the most part, like that's pretty much like over. He doesn't really do too much. Like
built himself an empire outside of that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's like done alcohol deals. He's written books. Like he's written books. I think his first book came out in like 2005 or like 2006 or something like that. So he's been on that shit for like a while. Yeah, has deals with like alcohol. He has like the whole Power like the whole the series like Power.
Yeah.
So that's
produced by him too, right?
Yeah. And he's come out with like the whole like universe and shit like that, because there's like a whole like universe around that shit right now. So he's like done all that. Like he's very, very successful. Like whereas a lot of other artists tend to get stuck in like the loop that is like just the music business.
Yeah, trying to make more albums, trying to make more songs. Whatever,
exactly. And I think he was also lucky enough to get into a situation where he was actually like a part of like shady like Interscope Records with Eminem, and then like with Dr. Dre. So he's really good friends with like Eminem. So
probably that like early 2000s boom kind of.
Yeah. So like Dr. Dre obviously came around first, and then in the early like late 90s, so like 97 to like the early 2000, like 97 is when he found Eminem, or like around like 96, I should say, like around like 96, and then his first album came out 97. So it went Eminem or Dr. Dre, and then it went, he found Eminem, and then Eminem, I think, found 50 Cent and brought 50 Cent to Dr. Dre. And was like, yeah, fuck with this guy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, those three are like inseparable. Like anywhere, like, if Eminem's going to perform somewhere and he can bring someone along, he's going to bring 50 Cent.
Yeah.
If 50 Cent can perform somewhere and he's going to bring someone along, he's going to bring Eminem. Yeah, 1000%. So that's also a nice tie-in with like these movies. And another reason why like I wanted to watch them too is because like I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about actually the album, and I started thinking about the movie, and I was like, damn, I really like that movie. And I was like, I know Daniel probably hasn't seen that movie.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like not that. Not to bag on your like not seeing movies,
no,
but
yeah.
It's definitely in a genre of movies that you probably would not like touch 1000%.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I was like, okay, if he hasn't watched this movie, he maybe hasn't watched 8 Mile.
I think we've had conversations before too of me not watching 8 Mile, because I think in the back there's been times where like you and Jake or like you and whoever are like quoting
probably
lines and talking about it, and I'm just like, ooh.
yeah. But yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to bring these movies together, because I love both of them, and I love to see what your reaction is to them as well, like
Yeah.
And let's get on to the next one, 8 Mile, because this one is my fucking favorite, dude.
Yeah, this was my favorite of the week too. I'm gonna use the bathroom really quick, but introduce them to what this shit's all about.
Oh my god! If you guys don't know what 8 Mile is, I don't even know what to fucking tell you. But it is basically, again, like an autobiographical movie that is dramatized at some points about the life of Eminem or about the life before he had when he was an artist. So in this movie, you have Jimmy Smith Jr., who is played by Eminem. He is basically an up-and-coming rapper. He lives in 8 Mile, Detroit, which is a very, you know, not good part of Detroit, very low income, not a lot of, wealthy people live there. It's a very hard place to live. He lives around that area. Has to go to different, like, odd jobs. He works at New Detroit Stamping, which, his mom's boyfriend, which is played by Michael Shannon in this, makes, like, a joke that, like, oh, only, like, ex-cons and people on welfare, like, live there. So, obviously, he's not too well off. Early on in the movie, we learned that he had a girlfriend, Janine, that she said she was pregnant, so before they broke up, he left her the car. So he's a man without a car that wants to be a rapper. And, we drop in on the movie. It's Detroit, 1995. He is, in the bathroom. He's got his headphones on. You got Mobb Deep playing Shook Ones Part 2. Such an iconic song. And so crazy that, you have such an iconic song intro an iconic movie. Or, at the time, they didn't know it was going to be an iconic movie. But have you heard of Mobb Deep before?
No, I don't think so.
So, like, what do you think about, like, the song when, like, you intro in and he's in the bathroom, the dun, 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 like, oh, look up Shook Ones Part 2.
Okay, let me
That shit's so freaking, it's the song that's playing in the beginning when he's in the bathroom. I was just kind of introing it, saying, got Eminem, plays Jimmy Smith Jr., a.k.a. B Rabbit. It opens up in Detroit, 1995.
Yeah. We're going to get in trouble for playing this audio?
We just can't, we for sure can't play it on fucking,
YouTube.
We for sure can't play it on YouTube, but
Edit it out.
yeah, sorry YouTubers. But yeah, this song.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is the song that's in the intro. Yeah, it's the intro and also the very last beat that they go over.
Oh, sick.
And the last
battle?
last
cool.
rap battle.
Fuck yeah,
it's so funny because so my dad showed me this movie a long time ago. I've been watching this movie a long time. There's a period in middle school where I would watch this shit like every day after school because I love this shit so much, bro. And I remember like one of the first time he played it for me, and it was like the rap battles, and you would like turn it up hella loud. My dad always turns the shit like that up like hella loud. You gotta hear it, bro.
Yeah,
like it's the rap battles. You got Shook Ones Part 2 instrumental on. Like you gotta freaking and I remember him like hearing like the beat. He was just like, yep. He's like the last song. He's like the last song is always the first song in the movie. And for a long time, I thought that was just like a thing in movies. I was like, oh, so the first song they play is just the last song they play. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's like a cool like little thing. But that's obviously just specific to this movie.
Yeah,
but, like,
no, it's good shit though.
Yeah, dude, I like how you intro on him. He's in the bathroom. He's freaking listening to the Shook Ones Part 2, and he's trying to practice like his raps and shit like that.
Yeah.
Anyone who's ever wanted to be a rapper has done shit like that. Has done shit like that.
Yeah.
I've tried to rap in my life.
Yeah,
I've done shit like that.
We all have, bro. Yeah.
Like it's just it's.
You throw on an instrumental and you just try to freestyle or something really quick, see what comes out. Maybe you try to write a couple lines down. You're like, that's good, and then you think about trying to show it to somebody, and you read it back again. And you're like, nope.
Yeah, but fuck, man, everything about this movie, I just I loved, and I hadn't watched this movie in a while, and just watching it again, I just had like a huge smile on my face because I was like, yeah, this is as good as I remember it. And like, I mean, everyone's just in that good. You have a really good cast. You have Anthony Mackie. You obviously have Eminem. You have Macabre Pfeiffer that's in that shit.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, like it's a pretty star-studded cast. I mean, and also in terms of the hip hop world, you have Exhibit that's in that movie. He plays the dude that Eminem rap battles in the
lunchtime.
Yeah,
where at work or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
You got Exhibit. If you're a real hip hop head and freaking when they go to that parking garage and there's that rap circle after Eminem first gets booed off stage in the beginning, that is Obi Trice. That's another rapper that Eminem signed early on. He's also from Detroit.
No shit.
And actually, yeah, the first in the beginning when you got B Rabbit who's going to go into that rap battle, right? The first guy he battles where he loses to, where he chokes. That's a rapper named Proof. He's no longer alive anymore. Rest in peace, Proof. But that was Eminem's like best friend.
Oh dang,
yeah.
crazy.
So and like how in the movie like Future, Like that's like Eminem's like best friend. So that's Proof.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's cool. Damn.
Yeah. So he was like the guy that was hosting the rap battles,
Yeah.
and that would bring Eminem and was like, "Yo, this guy's the fucking guy."
Yeah. That's dope. Holy shit! I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So he rap battles him in the beginning, and obviously freaking Proof gets the upper hand. I think his name is like Lil Tick or something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's a little freaking. That's a little.
That's a little real life cameo right there.
Real life
for
cameo.
Sure. Yeah.
And I remember like when I had first learned that, and when I like went back and watched that movie like a while ago, because Proof is from a like Eminem and Proof and like a bunch of other guys what are their names? There's Bizarre, a couple other rappers are in a group called D12, like just six guys from not New York, six guys from Detroit. Six guys, D12. They got alternate personalities or whatever. That's the whole thing. You got Eminem. He's also some shady, blah blah blah, shit like that.
Okay, yeah.
So, where was I going with that? God damn it.
Some hip hop history for you.
Yeah, some hip hop history for you. I'm just really into the fucking world of Eminem. But yeah, when I got into like D12 and I figured out who like Proof was and all those people, and then I went back and watched this movie and I saw Proof, I was like, oh damn, that's the guy. But yeah, he ended up getting like shot and killed or something like that. So
crazy,
pretty sad. But yeah, this movie. Fucking great. Shit, man, Eminem just knows how to act his ass off. You also got Michael Shannon who's in this movie too.
Oh, he's such an ass. Bro.
Yeah, he is such an ass.
Yeah. He's such a piece of shit in this movie.
Greg Buell,
dude. Oh god.
My name is Jimmy. His name is Greg Buell.
Yeah.
Me, him, and you. We went to the same school.
Yeah.
Dude, I know this.
Oh god.
I know this movie like I know Goonies or like I know Sandlot and shit like that.
Yeah,
like that's how much I've watched this fucking movie, dude.
I could see it because like the thing is, it's like I don't know how much of a hand he had in actually writing the script or whatnot, but
I think he wrote the script.
I was gonna say all the lines are very like well written, and I think like pretty iconic. Like dialogue in the movie is really good, and I think that obviously has a lot to do with the fact that like Eminem is like a lyricist, right? So like it makes sense that he'd be able to write a well worded story as well, you know. And I think like the movie side of things, right? Like I think Get Rich or Die Trying like felt a lot more like a history of type of thing, you know, like kind of like a here's the beats, like this is what happened during this time, that time.
Yeah.
This feels more like a dramatic movie that has like I think better like classic like movie setups and payoffs, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know who directed it, but whoever did a pretty fucking good job, man. Like just. I think already in the beginning, like what you're talking about, right? Like the setup of
when you type in A on Google, like
the
what?
First thing that comes up, yeah. Who's the director of this? Shit?
Oh, and then also Brittany Murphy. Rest in peace to Brittany Murphy. You also have Kim Basinger.
Oh
here.
yeah.
Let's see.
Fucking Janine. Anyway,
fucking Janine.
The beginning, the setup of the I think it's right there. Curtis Hanson. You did a great job, Curtis Hanson. I don't know your other filmography, but just the beginning, right? Like of how you see him fall so flat in the first battle or whatever, right? To the point where like he can't even get a single word out and whatnot. To obviously him just like literally tearing through like every motherfucker he goes up against by the end is like very, very satisfying. Like in terms of just like movie setup and payoff, man, like that shit's fucking dope as shit. Like I was straight cheering at the end when he's like finally getting up on stage and like actually battling motherfuckers and shit, bro. Like I was laughing at all the fucking disses. I was fucking going ooh whatever, like jeering and cheering and shit, man. Like that shit was satisfying as fuck.
Ward, I think you were a little hard on the Beaver, like that.
Yeah, dude. Oh god, he's so good. Because the other
shit.
thing too is it's like okay, like for one, it's all written. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, obviously there's that. But when you surrender yourself to
the moment.
Yeah, it's like, damn, this motherfucker is a genius. He's taking shit that they were just taking at him and turning it on its head and making it back like a diss at them and shit. Like, it's just so crazy. And, like, you honestly, like, I don't know a whole lot of Eminem stuff. I think I know probably some of the more, like, super popular shit, that was...
I'm friends with the monster
that's
under my bed.
Yeah, like, all of the...
Shout out Rihanna.
Yeah. I'm not afraid. Those ones and shit.
yeah.
Yeah, like, all those type of songs or whatever, but... Even still, with the limited, like, like, history I have with him or whatever, it's believable because he is such a good lyricist that he would be able to just do that, that, like, he can flip that shit right away in a battle and everything and
Yeah.
whatnot. Like none of it seems unreal. Like that was the first. I think that was one of my worries going into it. Like it being a movie about like freestyling and shit like that, pretty much, and like just coming up with shit off the top and everything. Like I was like, oh damn, some of this might seem a little like written, like preset or whatever, blah blah blah. I never got that feeling once. Like anything that they came up with felt really natural.
Yeah.
Which is sick, man. Like, it makes me think that they honestly did just, like, throw a beat on when they were writing this shit. And, like, they're like, fuck it. Whatever we come up with first, that's what we do. That's what we use,
Probably, dude.
It's good shit, man. It's very solid. Very well written, I think, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's just so great. I mean, I, like, love Eminem. Like, I grew up, like, listening to him. Like, he is definitely in my top rappers. Like, probably number one. But, like, I mean, I don't listen to him too much anymore just because his new music is kind of like, not my taste nowadays. But, like, when you like researches like his life and kind of how shit went down, like this is like dramatic parts, this is like very similar and stuff like that. So it's great knowing that. And like, yeah, he is just, I mean, this, as much as this movie is about like him struggling and like coming up and trying to be a rapper, it's also like being a white rapper in a culture that's not yours.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like
having to prove yourself in that shit.
Exactly, and like, they're not going to accept a lot of fucking white people into this culture a lot of the time, and so it's like if you are going to be one like present in the culture, but then two popular, like you really have to like be really good.
Yeah, the bars are so fire. He fucking was like literally accepted by the entire community and like just hip hop at large,
Yeah, like, everyone, like you talk to any rapper like at the time when like beefs and going at people in songs was like very popular. Everyone was very much like, yeah, I'll go at like pretty much anyone, but I don't want to fuck with Eminem, because he just
I've heard that before.
He grew up in the like battle rap
scene,
the battle scene. Like he has a story of I forget which podcast he was on, but I also heard it before. So like he used to do things called like the Rap Olympics and shit like that. You go there, you battle people, blah blah blah. He win money. At the time, I think this was like 96, either late 95 or 96. He is going to a Rap Olympics. First place is $500, and he's like, I fucking really need this $500, man. He goes to the Rap Olympics, ends up taking second place, doesn't get the money, hella pissed. Some dude in the crowd's like, hey man, like, do you have like a demo or anything like that I can get? And him just hella pissed is like, yeah, dude, like whatever, just gives us full. That dude ends up knowing Jimmy Iovine, who is one of the heads at Interscope Records.
Oh shit, okay.
Freaking is like, damn, who the fuck is this guy? Shows it to Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is like, damn, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
And then gets Eminem in the fucking studio,
crazy.
right?
Yeah.
So in a situation where he was really down on himself because he freaking, didn't win, he like still ended up winning. But like, the point I'm trying to make is like, he is just like an all-time great rapper.
100%.
Like the way he writes is just impeccable. It's on another fucking level. And I think this is like, I like that this movie came out in the time that it did, 2002, because you have like his first two albums that are just like, everyone's like, oh yeah, these are the fucking, this motherfucker. As crazy as he is, right? You listen to his music, he's fucking crazy. Like,
100%.
you cannot deny just like the skill, the technicality, and also just like the lyricism and just like the respect also for, for rap and for hip hop culture. Like, at no point, I think, ever in his career were people like, oh yeah, this dude's just like a culture vulture. Because like when you talk to him about just like his hip hop knowledge, like he's naming off like deep shit, like KRS. I mean, KRS-One's like more of like a. I mean, if you know hip hop like history, like KRS-One's one, but KRS-One, Rakim, freaking Tretch from who is he from? I forget who Tretch is from, but like a lot of like like Ice-T, like all these like early rappers that like if you are going to be someone who's in this culture, you have to respect the people that came before you.
Yeah.
And like he's very much the epitome.
Of that. Yeah.
Or like loves that shit so much. And
yeah. I remember like actually, I don't know about like a long time ago, but like maybe within the last like 3 or 4 years, watching a video that broke down and talked about like how Eminem like really did honestly kind of just like come in and change shit a little bit as well too, because I think even nowadays you listen to rap or just anything, right? Fuck even just keeping it within a single like genre or whatnot, right? It's like you set up on the 1 or the 4 of the beat or whatever it is, right? And then you pay off on the 1 or the 4, which is like fine. You can come up with hella catchy shit that way. Totally works in terms of like your rhyme scheme and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Like whatever hair rhymes with dare. You set those up for your blah 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 blah
Yeah.
and whatnot. This motherfucker's rhyming like every fucking line and word and syllable and like slant syllable and whatever it is, like in the whole verse. Like every
Ridiculous.
single thing like works, and it's never not like that's why I think the moment at the end works so well. Is it's like you actually really do see the genius that Future's talking about the entire time, because he's just like on such a higher level compared to everybody else that like has been antagonizing him the whole movie. It's just fucking ridiculous, bro. It's absolutely insane. Again, I know it was like written prehand and whatnot, but even for that to be written is fucking nuts, bro. Like just the amount of like talent that he has just with rhyming, like just with lyrics, you know, like tying words together and like just the like I don't know what to call it, but like not like the references, but you know, like the disses, like the jokes, you know, like the shit that's like
like metaphors and shit like that.
Oh, dude, it's like the level that his brain operates on is just like completely different than anybody else, I think. So just to see that and to see like an origin story of that is fucking sick, man. Like it's chills for sure. Like when he does finally start to come into his own, like it's the fucking the lunchtime scene you're talking about is so good, dude, because you finally do just seem like, yeah, all right, fuck this. Like, I'm going to do this shit really quick. Yeah. And he just hops in, fucks him up really quick, drops the mag pack off to homegirl. It's like, you finish him off, dog. I'm out.
It's so
like,
funny.
So clean, bro.
Dude, that scene itself is honestly pretty funny, right? Because when I was a kid, you're watching that scene, you're like, oh, yeah, this is the moment, man.
Yeah.
But when you objectively, like, look at the scene for what it is, right? You got these people rapping. And then all of a sudden, you got this fucking white dude who's like, hey, hold up. Hey. And then he just starts, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, this is fucking absolutely absurd. And then just absolutely, tears it up, and everyone's like, that shit was funny. Yeah. But then also just fucking at your work. That's pretty fucking gnarly.
God, I know. Wild shit, bro.
Fool hasn't been working there too long.
Yeah.
He's been late to work.
Yeah.
And then the chick that he ends up, really liking, fucking Alex, she's like, hey, let's fuck here at work. And he's like, I respect that shit.
Yeah,
I respect
get
that
down,
shit.
bro. Do what you gotta do, dog. Mm-hmm. One thing I will say, like, you fall for a chick, whatever, you think she's down with you, I get it. Cool, for sure. But, like, it's not like they were dating, or it's not like they were ever explicitly like, yo, you and me, we're just with each other. Like, blah, blah, blah. So, like, while I do think, what's his name is a little shit.
Oh, Wink?
Wink is a little fucker. I do not like Wink. But at the same time, I was kind of like, damn, fool, you don't need to get that mad. Like, y'all, like, you were not, like, fucking betrothed to each other or anything like that. Like, nothing crazy like that,
Yeah. I think from the way I look at it, right, I think it was made just, like, very clear that she was just, like, hella interested in him.
Yeah.
And I think it's just pretty fucking dirty for your homie that is, like, the one that's like, yeah, man, I'm trying to put you on.
Yeah.
To just be like, that's dirty macking, bro.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
100%.
He just straight up just does some dirty macking shit,
Yeah.
And like, I'd be fucking pissed off too. I'm pissed off at both of them, low key.
Yeah, 100%,
Because that is also on some crazy shit that she's fucking with you and then fucking with your homie at the same time. And then, like, you get hella pissed off. And then she just tries to come to your work and is like, do you want to ride? And she's like, no, I don't want to fucking ride. Dude.
And, like, the other thing, too, it's like by the end of it, too, I was kind of like, nah, man, fuck that. Like, when they do their cute little, like, flip-off thing or whatever, I was like, nah, like, you better be saying fuck you for real to her. Like, fuck that. Like, let it go, walk away,
No, that was just a callback to when he first met her.
I was like, that's it. She's going to New York to do her thing. Leave her be. You do your thing or whatever.
I'm going to New York today. I was like, damn, dude, all right, cool. That's what's up, dude.
Yeah. Honestly, I was like, in my head, I was, like, talking out loud during this movie because, like, I had a glass of wine, too, so, I was feeling nice and loose.
You're feeling good. You're feeling good.
She fucking walks up and she's like, I just came to say bye. And, like, out loud, I was like, all right, bye. Like, leave. Goodbye. Fuck you.
I love him in that moment because she's like, yeah, I come to say bye, and he's like, okay, and?
Yeah, I was like, fuck, bro.
I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Get it, boy.
Yeah, get it, get that
That's right.
Shit. Oh, goddamn. I do love also, like, the part that was hella funny to me when he's talking to the homie Paul, right? Like, Manny just was like, hey, need you to stay. Someone freaking called out. You want to work double or whatever, get some overtime. He's like, all right, yeah. Knowing that the battle is that night too, and he's obviously wanting to go to it.
Mm-hmm.
I like when fucking he's talking to Paul, blah, 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 talking about the situation, whatever, and then fucking Alex is standing right there, and he's like, they both look at him, he's like, she ain't here to see me. Yeah. That shit was hilarious,
good, yeah.
bro.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh my god, that shit was great. But
hey, Paul's a homie though, dude.
Straight
Picking up that overtime shift right there. Granted, obviously he's gonna get paid.
I could watch for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Just waiting on the
shit.
slow ass ride.
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
Yeah. Honestly, like weirdly responsible but baller ass move too at the end of the movie for him to just like drop all that shit, you know, and like the crew is all like fucking what do they call them? What's they're not New World or whatever is the other guys.
Oh, the Free World is the other guys.
Free World, yeah.
Well, they go for the 313, and I think that's just Detroit.
Yeah.
I think that's just Detroit or whatever, or that specific area code.
But anyway, yeah, the fucking homies are all riding high off of him like winning the battle and whatnot at the end and everything, and they're like, "Let's go. Where are we going?" He's like, "Nah, bro, I'm going back to work."
Yeah, straight
up,
dude.
Yo, that's a baller ass move right there, man.
Shit's fire because Manny's probably not even gonna notice he's gone, dude, because Paul's just got it set up.
Yeah,
Paul's just there. And he's just
Paul's
gonna slip back in.
Paul's a big homie.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Ah, such a fucking great movie, dude. Such a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like I said, I had a fucking big ass smile on my face the whole time. Because I was like, God damn, this is as good as I fucking...
I think I was telling you this morning, too, like, one thing that, like, concerned me, not concerned me, but, like, I was just worried about or whatever, was, like, regardless of, like, my... like connection with Anthony Mackie is like all of the different things that he's done at this point now and whatnot. Within the context of the movie, even he didn't seem all of that threatening to me. Like he's like babyface Anthony Mackie. He still looks really young.
He's got the gun, bro.
Yeah, but like he seems like a punk ass bitch. At least to me, like he's always hiding behind the rest of the crew and everything like that and whatnot. So the fact that was actually true. And not only that, but like Eminem B Rabbit gets to like fucking drop it in the verse that he like disses him in or whatever.
This guy's a gangster. His real name is Clarence.
Dude, oh, that shit's so
Clarence
satisfying.
Is both parents.
Yeah, bro.
Clarence's parents have a real good. Dude, that's so funny that that's a fucking diss. Dude.
Yeah,
that's so funny that that's a diss. Like obviously it makes sense, right? You're trying to put on this persona that you're this gangster. You got the gun, blah blah blah, everything like that. You're super hard, but it's so funny that it's like, hey, to make fun of this dude, I'm gonna tell you that. He lives in a nice home with his two parents that still live there, and he lives comfortably. Yeah. Fuck this dude.
Fuck this motherfucker. Yeah, because like the other thing, I don't remember exactly what the setup is or whatever, but the payoff line is like there ain't no such thing as a halfway thug. It's
halfway
like,
crook. Yeah,
halfway crook. Yeah.
That's actually great because that's a line from the song "The Shook Ones."
Part 2, yeah.
Scared. Like in the hook, he goes. In the hook, he goes. You scared to death. You shook. You look, cause ain't no such thing as halfway crooks.
Yeah, that shit's good, bro.
Scared to look,
and then you get the whole fucking crowd singing that line with him and shit. Cause ain't no such thing
as halfway crooks.
Yeah, dude, it's good shit, man.
Oh my god, dude, oh my god, the battles, favorite part.
Hell yeah, the battles are the best part. Yeah, at least the battles at the end are my favorite, cause the battles at the end and the lunchtime one, cause the ones before that it's so disappointing, cause you already know he can rip them, but he's just like not there yet or whatever, he's like taking his time getting there and whatnot. But the other thing too. That I was hella fucking down with, bro, that just, like, got me hyped for, like, that final one of B Rabbit versus Papa Doc, is, like, the way he gets down with the crowd, bro.
Yeah.
Like, right at the beginning, we just gets, like, everybody get your hands up. Yeah. That shit was fucking dope, bro. I was like, hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, bro. Like, that's some good shit right there.
And it's so crazy because, like, as an audience, too, you're already, like, hyped up. You're ready. You're wanting to see him fucking perform, go crazy. And you're getting hyped up as he's doing that. You're like, fuck, you can't help but, like, get hella excited when you do that shit. Like, oh my god.
It's good. Yeah.
So fucking good. But the battles are so fucking great. Like, honestly, like, when you look at all of them objectively, like, Lickety Split doesn't do too bad, man.
No, none of them do.
Lotto doesn't do too bad, man. I'm mad that I gotta murder that dude from Leave It to Beaver. Yeah. That's so funny, dude. Oh my god.
That's part of what makes them so satisfying is it's like Eminem could have very easily like set himself up to look good, right? Like within the context of this movie of like just like writing some whack ass shit or whatever for his opponents and whatnot. But no, like again, if he was in charge of writing all this stuff, he wrote them good verses. It just so happens that he still has better ones in his back pocket.
He's like, I'm just going to write myself to better.
Yeah, dude. It's like, damn, this motherfucker. He can write good shit and he can write great shit. Like, at the same time, It's good shit. It's crazy, man.
I think my favorite part is the blah, 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 blah. I hear a word you said. Like,
Oh, dude, this is
just to whip, like, dude, like, just to say that.
Yeah.
To have the confidence to say something like that, right? To literally just make a sound.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is what you fucking sounded like, you
Yeah.
fucking bitch. Like, oh my gosh, that.
Yeah, dude,
The genius, man. The fucking genius.
I think the moment at the end, like the climax of everything, that's probably my favorite is like he finishes up with I think Lickety Split, right? That's the second one he goes against.
Well, that's the first one.
Oh, okay. So then
Lotto is the second one.
Okay, so after he finishes up with Lotto, or whatever,
Snoop Dogg that got a fucking boob job.
Yeah. He's fucking talking to Cheddar, right? And Cheddar, dumbass, loudmouth motherfucker that he is like, "Hey, B Rabbit, you're not worried how he's gonna talk about how like fucking Wink fucked your girl and how like they all jumped to you last night,
winking that Alex bitch getting it on, and then giving you a black eye and shit, and he's just like,
I love it though, cause like that moment, dude, like you see it, like there is maybe a split second of him being like, "Fuck," but then like you see it in his eyes, he's like,
"Fuck it,
I just figured out exactly what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna make fun of myself, and then I'm gonna make fun of you."
Fucking savage shit, bro. He's like, I'm gonna take whatever lines you would have fucking had for me and just throw them in my own shit. Like, fuck you, dog. Fuck you, Papa Doc.
And I think he very much popularized too, like, yeah, I'm really just gonna make fun of myself and also like talk and
like
poke and
self-deprecating shit. Yeah.
Exactly. Mm. Like, it really made self-deprecation very fucking popular because he would do shit like that all the time. Like,
it's also just honest too, you know.
Yeah.
Like
sometimes he'd be a little too honest. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Sometimes he'd be a little too honest.
A little too honest.
But
yeah, there's times I think that's like what has honestly made me shy away from like some of the deeper dives into Eminem stuff or whatnot. Is it's like there's a lot of times where like the lyrics just make me kind of uncomfortable, you know?
Oh, 100%, especially his early stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So that's definitely what's
different time.
Yeah, for sure. But I think he was smart to. I mean, I don't know where it would have had a place anyways, you know. But it was smart to stay away from that shit for sure. Like it does get for as dirty and raunchy as shit is compared to what his actual life discography is. It's pretty clean, I think, you know, in comparison.
I mean, you know.
There's some dirty shit in there for sure. I'm not saying it's like 100% clean, just in comparison.
I think what makes it different is he's very like open about it. And like, yeah, I did the shit. And I don't know why we give him a pass sometimes, but hey, I'm not gonna argue.
Shit.
But another thing I like about this movie is like the times when he's riding on the bus, right? And there's the like he made the soundtrack for the song. He made songs specific for this. Like there's one part where it's like feel like still might, like that's an actual like I forget what song it is, but it's on like the soundtrack for the album, and like it's a really good fucking song, and he's literally just talking about like that situation. Sometimes I just feel like quitting, I still might, like why do I put it this way? Why do I still write? You know, because in the movie he's very much like, you know, I want to rap, but like fuck, why do I do this shit if I'm not getting anywhere? Blah blah blah. So like, it's really good. It's a really good fucking movie, and I like at the end when he's like writing and you kind of hear like lose yourself, like
that
you know
that
song.
Bro,
like I really like
palms is sweaty.
Yeah,
just
and
like quick little bits of it.
I threw up on my fucking shirt, man.
Yeah.
Got my mom's spaghetti on my shit.
Yeah.
But
no, that shit was dope, bro. Because honestly, like again, that's one of the few songs that I do actually have a reference for. Like everybody knows that song. But like, yeah, when you see him slowly, gradually building up, and then when he does finally decide to make the fucking choice to like be like, all right, fuck it, like I'm gonna go ham on this demo, and you just hear.
Yeah.
That shit's fucking dope, bro. Like, ooh, chills, bro. Yeah, that shit definitely gets you hyped for sure.
But yeah, just very creative and just like trying to show his progression of like, you know, how he wants to do this shit, and you know, he's listening to these beats and he's trying to write stuff down. Fun fact, he actually does write shit down on like paper like that. Like you know how you see how he fucking write, like he actually has like hella fucking books and like little fucking notebooks
just
of
full
like
of lines and shit.
Yeah, sometimes it'll be like literally just be a napkin. He'll just like write shit and he just fucking has that shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Dope shit, man.
Fucking crazy ass shit.
That's weird because that actually reminds me of in a different genre obviously, but who I personally consider to be another really great lyricist, which is Bill Withers. I see the crystal raindrops fall and the beauty of it all. Get the fuck out of here, Bill Withers, you genius, you. Did the same thing. There's a documentary, and there's a portion where his daughter talks about constantly going through all of his books and journals and whatnot, where he literally just had one-liners for days. Just like rhymes and just like chicken scratch and everything like all over the place. So maybe that's the key, man. You know, you just let it all out, and then you pick and choose the best shit or whatnot.
Yeah. Eminem is also just like so competitive when it comes to just like rapping,
being the best.
just being the best, and also just like trying to rhyme hella shit. Like he very much has said like, yeah, I try to rhyme like every single thing, like as much as I fucking can. Like if I can rhyme it, I'm gonna fucking rhyme that shit.
Find a way to do that.
And I think sometimes that is maybe not the best approach, you know, because I think sometimes he can get lost in a little bit of like, I'm gonna try to rhyme everything, and like sometimes you don't always need to, you don't need to rhyme everything. Yeah. But again, love all of his shit. I'm a big fucking fan, man. I'm a big fucking fan. While I was watching this, it kind of fucking made me sad because like I consider Eminem and also Mac Miller the same caliber of like white rapper in terms of like they both are just fully accepted into the culture and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And also like I think when you look at just who Eminem is just as an artist, like he's a great artist, but he is also just like a very talented like lyricist, and like that is like that's his thing. Like I'm gonna out fucking rap the shit at you. Yeah, I can make a song and make song circles around you, but I'm also just gonna rap the shit about you. Whereas like Mac Miller was like the epitome of that like creative, just like just all around, just like beautiful
just
artist.
Like a different like time,
just different, in
different
terms
of producing, right? Yeah, because like back then you throw a beat on that was like a good hook or whatever, and you would just it was more focused, I think, on like the lyrics, right? Like coming up with like good verses over like however much it was, versus like now I think, at least with some of the people you're seeing since like what maybe like the 2010s and whatnot, like there has been a little bit more like I don't know what the right word is, like variation, you know? You're not just hearing like the same beat on a loop for like 3 minutes straight, you know? Like there's actually like, yeah, like some of Mac Miller shit is like literally like fucking beautiful violins and shit, like just all of a sudden coming out of nowhere and whatnot. Like it's like compositions, and he's fucking dropping hot bars on top of it and shit too. Like,
yeah, I would have loved to have seen Mac Miller get into like his like acting bag and like
make a Mac Miller movie or something.
Fuck yeah! Dude.
Honestly, like as spoiled as we are to have these two with the actual rappers themselves, it's probably not. I would say there's very little doubt in my mind that at some point we'll probably get a Mac Miller biopic.
Oh yeah, I'd be so down for that.
They'll get somebody to play him, yeah. So it's gonna happen. It just
I don't know if I'd be down for that. You know, I would love for a Mac Miller documentary at this point. I would love like a very like in depth like documentary. Obviously at the respect of his like family. I don't want someone to just go in and be like, I'm gonna make this whole like intrusive ass like documentary on Mac Miller, but like a really good like documentary that talks to like. You know, because that was an interesting man, and he'd been through a lot of shit, and I think it would, you know, it would be nice to like learn about that. But obviously, you know, people don't. If the family doesn't want that, hey,
you never know.
We don't. I guess.
I think they could do it. I think that like in general, there's if you have the right people in play, anyway. What was the fucking newest NWA one called?
Straight Outta Compton.
Straight Outta Compton, right? Like you have something like that, which is documentary / dramatized version of like history of events and whatnot, right? And like, you know, regardless of your feelings, I don't know how you stand on that movie. I really liked it.
Oh no, I love that movie.
Yeah, it was very well received, right? So I think that there are people out there who can take. Granted, obviously there was a lot more time in between, like the death of Eazy-E and like when the movie got made. So maybe they gotta wait like another 10 years or whatnot before they can do that comfortably and everything, like you said, when the family's comfortable. But I do believe that like there are people out there who are like right now weirdly like dedicated to telling dramatized versions of artists' life story, right? Like we have Straight Outta Compton, we have the Rocket Man movie, we have Queen.
Rocket Man.
They just did the Elvis movie. Like whatever your feelings are on that, my only point is saying that like there's people out there right now who are making a push for that and doing a pretty good job more often than not. Like I think the respect is there for most of the projects that I've seen that kind of deal with that.
Yeah.
So I think he would be in safe hands, hopefully, if that ever came about. You know.
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah,
I think push for that shit right now.
I think just for me, he is just such like a unique person. You know, it's hard to just be like, oh,
this actor's gonna play him.
Yeah, this guy, you know, this guy's gonna, this
definitely.
guy looks like Mac Miller. You know, but yeah, 8 Mile guys, definitely go and check that shit out if you haven't yet. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, dude.
Don't be a Daniel.
Don't be a freaking Daniel.
Go watch a movie.
Go watch a fucking movie once or twice.
Go watch a fucking movie.
Go watch a motherfucking movie, man.
Yeah.
Go watch one movie. Might as well go watch fucking 2 movies, you know?
Why not, you know?
Hey, when you're on 2, might as well just watch 3.
Hey, once you get to 3, you know, you multiply that. 3 times 3 is 9.
You got 9 movies under your belt.
You know? You want to multiply that by 2? Going back to watching the 1 and 2 movies, 9 times 2, that's 18. You know, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not the craziest math whiz or anything like that, okay? Don't quote me. But I'm pretty sure 9 times 2 is 18, okay?
I can verify that.
We're a math podcast now.
I can verify it. Guys, that was episode number 49. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. If you stayed this long, we definitely appreciate the motherfucking heck out of it. Go follow us on all our socials. Instagram at Die4TV, TOOHIGH4TV, and that's the number 4, not FOR, not FORE, and not FOUR, as in spelling it out. We need the actual motherfucking number.
The number.
Yeah, then you look us up on YouTube by the same name, and you're all fucking sick. Go find us on Spotify, and if you're on Spotify, listen to this, and if you want to, you can go find us on Apple Music as well. And if you're on Apple Music, you know, vice versa, you know, do a little swap.
However you want to do it.
You know, support us on all platforms, you know.
Yeah.
Share us with your mom, share us with your dad, share us with your cousin, share us with your brother, share us with your sister, share us with your dog, share us with your cat, share us with your fish, share us with your bird, you know, whatever you want to do.
Especially your pet snakes.
No, fuck the snakes.
Whoa. That's reptilian.
I don't fuck with snakes.
That's reptiliist, bro.
I don't fuck with snakes.
Are you a reptiliist, bro?
Yeah. No. Don't tell the snakes about it, dude. They just,
don't tell the snakes. They don't need to know. It's all good. You're not a parcel mouth dog?
Nah, dude, my eyes are itchy, bro. I need to stop. Dude, I really need to stop, like, touching my eyes. That's a thing that I do really bad. People are probably going to be watching the video and be like, don't touch your eyes, bro.
Yeah.
I know, dude. I know.
Well, especially with as much money as you probably touch in a day at work.
Oh, I wash my hands. I 1,000% make sure I wash my hands. Ain't no way I'm coming home and, you know, ain't no way, bro. But yeah, guys, join us next week. Episode number 50.
Yeah, 50, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. We'll talk about a lot of shit. You know, we got The Last of Us ending next week. We also got The Mandalorian to talk about. We got a lot of shit to talk about. Yeah. Maybe we'll just sit down and talk that episode, you know.
Who knows?
We'll have those episodes every now and then where we just sit down and we just talk about whatever we want to fucking talk about.
That sounds good. For some special 50 occasion, you know? Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice laid back one.
Yeah. Hello, guys. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you know. If you're going to go have brunch after this, drink some mimosas for us.
Yeah,
you know,
please.
If you're going to go have dinner, take a shot for us, you know.
Or a glass of wine.
Yeah, drink a glass of wine. Exactly.
Just have a drink for us.
Take an extra sip for us. Take an extra puff for us. Whatever you want to do. Whatever your heart feels.
If you're on the burn cruise on the way, make sure you hotbox that motherfucker for us. Especially me. I need to smoke vicariously through everybody now.
Hell yeah. Light one up for Daniel over here.
Please. Don't let it go.
Alrighty. This is